What's going on, people? Welcome to the Top 4 podcast. I am your host for now. I think the main host is on his way, but he's a little bit late. I'm your host for now. My name is Oscar, a Chelsea fan. Oh, here he is.
The Rock has come back to the Top 4 podcast. Guys, forgive me.
I don't give a damn if you come back
literally, I am late. I apologize. I was literally doing Formula One, McLaren Fan TV business on the
stinker.
It's a stink. It must be
your guy is not him, bruv.
Don't. This is not the day. The Washington football team won on the weekend. Okay,
bro. My weekend has been ruined, bro.
It's a lot of things, man.
Mate, F1
don't do it. Don't do it, David. Have you guys introed or
no? We haven't.
I said Oscar was halfway through.
Welcome to the Top 4 podcast. My name is Peter, an Arsenal fan. I'm joined by Oscar, a Chelsea fan.
Unlucky day at the office for the Blues, man. I'm not too happy. But we'll get into it, man.
Not too happy indeed. I'm joined by Robinho, a Manchester United fan.
Lads, my team won a game of football.
They
but
did.
At what cost?
Oh?
Because he's still here.
He's Ten Hag again. Ole, ole.
But as I always, hold tight the 3-point collectors because there's not many this week. There's not many this week.
That's
excellent
true.
Scenes, Jeff. I'm joined as well by David, an Arsenal fan.
I was humbled this week, yeah. The United fans got 3 points and are enjoying that 2 million they saved on the year. Arsenal get beat. Russell puts it in the bin in qualifying. And then Hamilton beaches it lap 2. I'm just like, bruv. My whole weekend has been
Central. Stink Central.
It's just been an L.
It has been indeed. I'm joined by AD, a Liverpool fan.
Honest law, would you love me if I was a 10? Could press. Do you still have a plan for me? Big up my boy Curtis, man. Big up my boy Curtis. Come on.
Like Curtis Jones. Wow, Manelli.
Hey, what?
That song doesn't fit. I'm sorry.
Bro, literally, I made it up during the countdown. It was mental.
That's all right. I enjoyed that, AD. You can do that anytime if you want.
Appreciate you, my boy. Appreciate it.
Don't forget as well, we are live from the City Ground. Nottingham Forest against Crystal Palace. What a random game to be on TV, guys.
Sky Sports are criminals, man.
I need to put this on my. I need to find this on my international TV BRB.
on the dodgy feed.
I don't think this is actually a bad game for a Monday night.
No, it's not too
It's bad. All legal, Pete. It's all legal from mine.
Listen. We'll believe it when we see it, mate.
I got that now. TV,
different language, but it's legal.
It's a different language.
Pay your subscription, blood.
You know them way there. As per usual, guys, you know what time it is. What is the surprise or highlight of the week?
Man United won, innit?
Man United winning. Yeah, that's a good start. That's a good one. Anybody got anything there, Oscar? Have you got a surprise? Have you got a highlight? I mean, you went to Anfield. First time?
It was my first. Yeah, I mean, I'll get into it when we talk the game, but okay. I don't really. This weekend is a write-off, man. I wish it didn't happen.
Okay.
What, did you have a tasty burger though? At least
I didn't. I ate in the service station.
Fair.
In the service station, where?
If I was getting food in their men's, I would have got the curry chips, man. Everyone was getting the curry chips. Looks like that's what you get up in Liverpool. I don't know.
That's a big one in Manchester as well. I remember being outside Old Trafford. That was a huge one. That was a huge thing. Any other surprise or highlight of the week?
Flipping Hamilton Beach in the flipping car, bro. Flipping donut, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, Mercedes was just an L, bro. Oh, my weekend was just an L.
Ferrari boys One
Ferrari again. Why is it every time Ferrari win in Formula One, it's on some bug thing? It's a dodgy thing that's happened because everybody else has had a mare, and then Ferrari just come and sweep up.
Hey, it's
1-2 as well.
Fault. It's not my fault that you messed up.
It is what it is, man. It is what it is.
Speaking of cars, you
yes.
didn't even let me do my highlight of the week.
Come on, man. Let's get with it. Let's get
he asked like 4 times.
I asked it like 8 times.
I was saying, anyways, speaking of cars, man, I brought a new car.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Right,
that's a proper highlight. I feel like these are the highlights that we should be having.
This is the highlights we should be having.
What
did you get?
On the road again. I got a Kia.
Kia.
Yeah.
Nice.
A lovely SUV.
But what? No Tesla, no.
Tesla.
Yeah.
Is he there?
We don't do Tesla here.
We don't
do Tesla here.
You bought a Kia.
Let me see.
A nice Kia.
Wait, stop.
Wait.
You buy a car.
Hold on.
Not another car.
Hold on. You said Kia SUV, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks nice. I've seen some images.
Come on,
bro. That's a big boy
like,
thing. No, that's a nice car. It looks like, yeah.
Do you know what?
I thought you bought the Dibby one, bro. I was about to say,
that's crazy.
It's such a Robin car as well, you know.
Yeah, it's a nice car.
If I was to get a car for Robin, I'm thinking I'm in that range right there.
Yeah. You know
I'm in that range right there.
I mean, even if man got a V-Reg or something, innit?
You know them ones.
You think that's money?
A Vauxhall Tigra. You know what I'm saying?
David, you're bad, man. You know. That's bad.
But Peter,
I thought it was a Dibby Kia, bro.
No.
Man shared his testimony and he said, "Why is it not better?"
Get back from A to B and he's warm or something.
Have you heard of this Jewish joke? Yeah, don't worry. It's not. It's not offensive, but basically,
I'm still undecided. I'm still undecided what my Belgian team is. You was just asking.
Yeah. Now
Union Saint-Gilloise.
I haven't decided yet. I'm picking between Anderlecht, Club Brugge, and what you call it, and Union Saint-Gilloise.
Don't support Blood. You can't. It's Club Brugge, man, not Brugge. What the hell?
Everyone says Brugge. They're all saying Brugge.
You have to say it in the Dutch. You have to say it in a local accent. Yeah, it's not.
I've been hearing that a lot.
Brugge is English.
I hear Brugge.
What's your local team, mate? What's the local team?
The thing is, the local team, is the league. I would say equivalent to conference. That's the local.
No, okay. Obviously, I don't mean like Hendon FC.
Yeah.
I mean like
that's
as in,
what's the
legal? What's the closest like
the closest team to me in terms of easiest to get to is Anderlecht.
Well, there you go then. You're in that purple, mate.
I'm just like,
it's a massive club as well.
I'm not a fan of the purple still.
Endo, what a rookie question, man. Has Robin moved out of the UK? Yeah.
Look at the curtains, man.
The curtains change. When there's new curtains, I've moved.
I can't lie. How's he gonna know from the curtains?
Unless he means from the previous.
I always have curtains behind me. That's one thing about this podcast.
Yeah, right. Let's get into the comment section very quickly. Yes, AD.
I just wanted to say, you know this question, yeah, that you ask, highlight of the week.
Yes,
it's a brilliant question. I completely misread it, bro. I'm telling the man about getting Prince of Peckham, Eden. You don't care about that. Listen, guys, you know what I've done this week?
Let's hear it.
I watched a football documentary on a geezer called Cass Pennant.
Oh, Cass Pennant. What made you go into that sphere, into that space? Cass Pennant.
Why was that a highlight?
Bro, because it's just to give you guys some context, right? So this guy, right, he was born in the 1950s.
Oh, what a man.
To a Jamaican mother in Doncaster. He then unfortunately, he ended up in the care system at Bernardo's. He then ended up getting adopted by a white family in Slade Green. So this is a big black geezer, right?
Yeah.
And he's a frontline West Ham ultra. Like, he's involved in all the dust-ups, all the scraps. When you listen to him, it's like hearing Danny Dyer. And then when you look at him, it's like looking at Bokeem Woodsbine. This guy is sensational. Guys, I'm for butchers. Type in Pennant.
That is a man who is for somebody who didn't play football. He is renowned in the English game. Renowned. Let me tell you that right now. Oh my god. Oh, Cass Pennant. I can't believe you've plucked that one out. Oh my god. The people are stunned. They don't even know what you're talking about. But I tell you what, guys, that guy is money.
Google it.
Watch him. It's money. West Ham Ultra. Oh my god. It's Doncaster to Slade Green is hilarious. But yeah. Go ahead.
Even on Wikipedia, he's an English writer and former football hooligan.
Yeah, facts. Straight up. He's one of the biggest hooligans that's ever they made football hooligan documentaries on him, based around him, mate.
He's like a pioneer. They even like drafted him for, was it football? Or was it like Green Street or something? They literally drafted him in to make it accurate.
Crazy scenes, man.
Honestly, he's done a bit of Bird. You know what I mean? I think he's been stabbed or something. Yeah.
If there's one thing I'm invested in, AD, and to the people of the podcast, when it comes to a documentary about football hooliganism, I am inside. I am all in.
Nah, I'd rather stay outside, mate. Yeah.
Do Arsenal have hooligans?
No.
Wait, be careful, mate. Beware of the bear.
Every club's got theirs, yeah.
I know we've got ours.
We're not known for being like, you know what I mean, over the top rowdy.
You're not known for getting smacked up. Yeah.
Turn it, bro. We're actually known for welcoming all colours and creeds and backgrounds, if anything. Yeah.
The bears.
Exactly.
Listen.
Let's not speak.
I've seen our hooligans run onto the pitch and get a match cancelled. So there we go.
I mean, I don't even know what to call that. Yeah, I don't even know what to call that. Oscar, any comments in the comment section?
Yeah. Nat asked the question, but I don't even think we should answer it because I swear we've answered this on the podcast before. He said, "What's your favorite non-English speaking song? A song that has zero English."
We've been here.
We have been here.
Nat, we've been here before. Endo says 2-1 win against Chelsea. Arsenal lost. 2 fresh new pairs of skinny jeans. This is a Litty weekend for him. Shout out to him. He also says Forest versus Palace is an underrated game. I think so too. I'm happy. I'm just skipping the comment about Philly. I'm just skipping it.
Yes,
I think so too. I've got Palace versus Forest on. Still 0-0 on my screen. I don't know if anyone's ahead of me, but
I'm live.
See,
so
guys, Oscar, has anyone been to the City Ground?
Yeah.
No. I've been to Nottingham, but not the City Ground.
Do yourself a favour. When United go there, when Liverpool go there, get yourselves at the City Ground, mate. Oh my god, great!
I hear that, but
I think I've been like
I swore to avoid Ryanair.
I must go.
I've been like 4 times.
I swore to avoid Ryanair as much as possible. So, hey ho.
Yeah, mate, it's a terrific atmosphere.
And also, but they've got pedigree as well. I'd imagine the museum looks quite nice as well, man.
Lots of history.
2 European Cups.
Yeah. Lots of history with that football club. Go through, Oscar.
David says, big up Top 4 podcast. Hope everyone had a blessed weekend. Top 4 should be winning awards. How was FPL weekend for everyone?
Listen, I had a look at FPL. This was the worst FPL weekend I have seen.
I think it's
like
the worst
league-wide. Like, I'm seeing bare 16s, 17s, 18s.
I think it's the worst.
Yeah, no, it's bad. It's the worst.
I got 41. I mean, I don't know about you, man.
I got 43. I got 43. But the average of the weekend of the whole weekend was 32.
That's a bad weekend.
It's a bad weekend.
The highest was 100. The highest was 100.
How did you get that, man? This guy's cheating, bro.
I think they're bots, man. Honestly, I just genuinely think people are just bots.
All right, boys. Mirad says, good evening to the greatest football podcast there on a Monday night when I can still take pride in a red-colored team winning this weekend. And it's Forza Ferrari.
Forza Ferrari.
I can't believe you, Mirad.
Baby.
Why are you a Ferrari man? Why?
He's a criminal. What is a criminal?
It's just a criminal, man.
What he likes. Tahar wants to know if Forest have pies like Brighton. Let me be the first to tell you, nobody has pies like Brighton. Not even Greg's. Right?
Do you know what? Listen, I don't eat at football grounds. Like,
but
like when I think about it, I don't.
Neither do I. But when you hear that this is the best pie in the football league, you go and get it.
I did it one time. I was with, family friend of the podcast, Douglas. I was with Douglas at Everton, like in 2015, and that was probably the only time I had a chicken balti. It was straight through, mate. It was straight.
Bro, I snuck in at McDonald's into the Emirates, bro. What are you talking
you're just grace.
Murad is an MSC fan.
MSC. Oh, what? Michael? Even worse, Michael Schumacher. Oh God.
We meant master's degree. Flipping heck.
Okay. Oscar, any more before we get into the first game of the week?
It's time. It's
been time. We're going to do the top 4 derby. Of course, we start things off at Anfield, where Liverpool took 3 points on Arne Slot's men against Enzo Maresca's. 2-1 to Liverpool. Adrian, you must be on cloud 9. Was the game too close to call for your liking?
Yeah, bro. You know what? I'll be real, man. Chelsea look proper like I think they stood toe to toe with us, man. I'll be real with you. I was expecting to. I know the attack is decent. I was expecting to blow them away. I think for me, from the Liverpool point of view, it's been sort of lauded in the media. Arne Slot, control. What I wanted to see on Sunday was, can he rise it? Can we rise it? Big game under the lights, Sunday kickoff. You know, like when you go to Anfield and it's a cauldron, and from minute 1 it's wave after wave after wave of attack, and the crowd are on your back, and you can't breathe, and it's all on top of you. That's what I wanted to see. I wanted to see sort of high intensity. I wanted to see passion. I wanted to see just really, really sort of going for the game for the jugular. I think Curtis Jones had what I like to call like a primetime Gilly Wijnaldum performance, where I just thought. I thought it was incredible, but it was a weird game because I thought like our midfields did well. Well, I feel like Jones had a good game, Gravenberch had a good game, but I feel like Chelsea bossed it, man. Like Caicedo and Lavia were Hooper. I don't know, Oscar. Maybe tag you in on this. I don't know. What do you think about that?
Tag. I thought Chelsea's midfielders were fantastic. The first set of midfielders, because obviously we made a lot of changes in the game. But yeah, man, I thought Lavia and Caicedo were brilliant. Chelsea obviously dominated possession, 57% possession at Anfield. I think that's the highest percent. I saw a stat, it was the highest percentage of an away team at Anfield since 2005. Like we went there and dominated. And I think, Adrian, you mentioned just a second ago about you expected Chelsea, you expected to blow us away. And I think I'm surprised at that, but given the nature of our centre backs, and I think the goals that we conceded were due to like bad errors. I always know that we have that in us. But if you've just been listening to me this year on the podcast, you'll know I rate what Enzo Maresca is building very, very highly. I rate a lot of these players very, very highly, and I couldn't. Like the way the game went was what I thought would happen. I think personally, Chelsea were unlucky to lose. I think if we nicked an equalizer at the end, nobody would be saying anything. I think a draw would have been more of a fair result, just based on the balance of the game. But at the end of the day, if you do not test the goalkeeper, how can you expect to come out of the game scoring more than one goal? Like we did, like we had one shot on goal and we scored that goal. So, I'm not going to sit here and say, we didn't deserve to lose, or, we gave away the goals and we didn't score the goals. So essentially it was fair, but across the balance of play, I can't sit here and go, Slot completely outdid Maresca. Do you get what I'm saying? But the players on the pitch, at the end of the day, when you got a world-class player like Mohamed Salah, and then your other players who maybe aren't as world-class, just turn up and do their jobs, you're going to get goals, you're going to find joy, and you're going to win. And that's where Liverpool were ultimately better than us. I'm extremely disappointed, because I think this was a real opportunity for us to show like a stamp of like, okay, we're a serious team. And I think to an extent we did. There's elements of it that we did, but all good performances with bad results, like it don't do much for me. We went to Anfield and we should have got something from that game, and we ended up getting nothing. I can go into go on.
I think you lot didn't. I don't know, for whatever reason, Robertson was just shook of Madueke from opening tap. I don't know what was going on there.
David, I put that in the group chat the day before. I said, Adrian, Madueke versus Robertson. Mismatch.
Well, no, but the thing is, Chelsea didn't take advantage of that. they weren't giving him the ball enough. Everything was coming down. Sancho was slowing it down. It's just like, come on, bro.
Yeah, I think Trent did not lose a battle once against Sancho. Apart
from that tackle in the penalty box.
I think he did extremely well to mitigate any threat that Sancho was posing at him. But I do think Chelsea should have had a penalty. Sancho goes to the byline, cuts back, is going to get to the ball before Trent, and Trent steps on his foot. He pulls him down. It's a penalty. Like, I can see why the referee doesn't see it, but why on earth VAR is not intervening there doesn't make any sense to me. Like, that is a penalty.
Less said about the referees, the better. My 2 cents on it is just purely that.
I just want to, was that a penalty or not? I'm not even going to argue. I just want to know your opinions.
It's difficult. I need to rewatch it. It's difficult because at the time I didn't think crazy. I didn't think, oh my god, I didn't think at the time. Obviously, Gary Neville in classic old fashion, looked at it and thought maybe there might be a case. But let me rewatch it. What
I think in real time, it looks like Sancho's tried to buy a pen. It looks weird.
Yeah,
it doesn't look like anything serious. But then when you watch the replay, you see Sancho nutmegs the ball and turns Trent. Trent's legs, like, he steps on his foot. That's why Sancho doesn't get to the ball. So for me, like,
these days,
and there's a lot of decisions for us to get through in this game, but I think the referee was really poor on some of them.
These days, bruv, you don't even know what a pen is. Oh, it's hit the post.
I was waiting for people to comment. I think I'm well ahead of you, David.
Yeah, you must be.
Because there have been 2 attempts. One from Nketiah. I thought that is
What minute was? Sorry, what minute was Sancho taken off? Was it half time?
Sancho was off.
He got hooked.
They don't even show it in the highlights.
They don't show it. They didn't show it in the highlights. Sky Sports didn't at half time. They didn't ask Carragher and all these guys to talk about it. Nobody spoke about it. It's ridiculous. Like, it's absolutely ridiculous.
No, it's crazy that you say that because it was literally a Robert Mugabe Goebbels lockdown. Because I kid you not. Because can I be honest with you? My first reaction was no penalty, right? First reaction, no penalty. Then I thought, okay, let me actually go and look at this after the fact, analyze it deep down, search for it all over Twitter. I couldn't find it. All I could find was the still image. So it's funny. It's funny that you say that. Yeah, genuinely couldn't find it.
Yeah, I mean, Chelsea fans have been doing their work online, so the video is now. You can find the video of it now.
Was it on Match of the Day? It might have been.
Probably would.
A Match of the Day. It wasn't. Oh no, it was. Yeah, it was. They spoke about it. Yeah,
fair enough.
And people had differing opinions. But as the game progressed, let me talk about the rest of the game. Liverpool, when they broke on us, you could see the attacking quality and the threat. Like, they looked threatening every time. I think when Chelsea were getting forward, it rarely looked like we were going to score. I think the problem with us dominating possession meant that Liverpool just allowed us to have the ball at times. And if you're not having the ball in the final third, like, what is it? How is it really harming Liverpool? They were controlling the game and knew to pick their moments of when to hurt us. Because when we had the ball out wide with Sancho, even times with Madueke, they look in the box. They see Jackson in between Konate and Van Dijk, and they say, "I'm not crossing this ball," because they don't want to lose the ball. It's clear possession was a fact. Like, it was something that we wanted from the game. Maresca said it after. He was like, we take confidence from the fact that we can come to a big ground and dominate the game. But in dominating, you have to create chances. And then when those chances come, you have to score. We didn't even create chances. And we're supposed to be one of the, we've been one of the best attacks in the league this season, scoring goals for fun. So it was really, really frustrating to see that we went for this tactic of, like, let's dominate the game. I mean, it was impressive compared to last season's Chelsea. But this season, I would have liked to have seen us take more risks and score more goals.
But Oscar, I think to your point, obviously, you mentioned, how creative you've been. Obviously, the sort of key figure behind that is obviously Cole Palmer. And I felt Liverpool done a number on him in sort of many different ways. I felt one of the ways was, I don't know, obviously you use like the stadiums, so you could have seen. So what actually looks like is, first half in particular, Madueke had Robertson on. Because, bro, I remember when you sent that message, I was at a wedding and I'm thinking, what are we sending me this for, man? Click off of it kind of thing. But the damage that he gave him, and I think a big reason as to why that was is I don't think Gakpo was necessarily sort of covering that side. I thought Gakpo, if I don't know, again you can sort of tell me from your perspective, it looks like he was sort of coming sort of centrally a lot, and it's almost as if he's trying to sort of block that lane into Palmer, and then obviously stop that link up with Palmer and Jackson as well.
I don't know, man. I didn't notice that. I suppose I was more focused on Chelsea's shape.
Of course, yeah.
So you would be, yeah. I will say that I think Chelsea did gain a lot of respect. I think across the Premier League. I think in terms of fans and then see whether Chelsea are for real, because obviously we had our doubts. I certainly have my doubts, still do. But the idea of like Chelsea may not be able to be serious enough to be mounting a top four challenge, and the start they've had has been a lot better than many probably would have predicted outside of Chelsea fans. In terms of Chelsea fans probably would have expected or might have anticipated something better. But I always thought, I'll wait until I see them against the big teams. And obviously City was opening day. Opening day is opening day. But to see them, I'd say challenge Liverpool, definitely in the game, well in the game, and challenge Liverpool the way they did. Played good football, I think they were half decent. I mean, even when you look at Jackson's goal, the way it was taken, the way the play was in the middle of the park, they went straight for Liverpool, through Liverpool. And as you said about the midfield, like I did think on paper, oh my God, Chelsea's midfield is better than Liverpool's. Like on paper, do you know what I mean? Like turning up with Gravenberch, Curtis Jones, and Szoboszlai, I'm not having them over Lavia, Caicedo, and was it Palmer? Just to speak on that as well, when it comes to Lavia and Caicedo, Caicedo has been excellent for Chelsea for a while now. Like it's not new how he played yesterday. But Lavia in particular, he's still getting back into the team. Obviously, he has to come off at 60 minutes, which ruined. He impressed me. He impressed me a lot. Pete, I've been talking about this guy for a lot, and I remember one time I said he's a huge game changer for Chelsea, and then I think Adrian said that's a lot of pressure to put on a 20-year-old, and I'm like, but he's that good. He's that good. There's an interception he makes in the first half, and I thought, God, this is what Liverpool really wanted. Like they really wanted him. Interceptions, receiving the ball from the centre back. Oh my goodness! Because
I got a question.
Can I?
How did Liverpool fail to get either of these two?
I mean, they wanted Chelsea. Caicedo was blatantly, I want to go to Chelsea. I've agreed to go to Chelsea. That's game done. Lavia is a bit of an interesting one.
Lavia was because, remember, they were going for him and then they dropped him for the guy in Spain. I can't remember off the top of my head.
Spain?
No, it wasn't
super. They didn't.
No,
I think Liverpool wanted both.
Last year.
No, we weren't Caicedo. It was Caicedo that we dropped him for.
But also Lavia.
Lavia was Lavia was Southampton were toying with Liverpool.
No,
and
it was Liverpool.
It was an amount.
It was Liverpool because Southampton said their thing.
Southampton asked for like 100 million, and Liverpool would not go in there. Because we were arguing on the podcast literally this time, August last year, where it was like, if Lavia is the answer, what is the question? I remember saying Liverpool's problems are not solved by Lavia. I'm sorry, they're just not.
But
they got
Gravenberch
through the door.
Yeah, so what you call it?
Who's been brilliant, by the way.
But yeah, because they dropped Lavia and then they started crawling back to him, he was like, I'm not going to go to you guys.
Because I think they were pressing Caicedo. They were pressing.
I don't know if you guys remember. Do you remember? Like, I think, let's just say, for argument's sake, Southampton were at 50, we were bidding like 42, 46, and then all of a sudden we had £100 million spare for Caicedo. Caicedo said no to us, and then we tried to go back to
and then tried to go back to Lavia, and then it would end up being at Chelsea,
And you know what? Because what I found so interesting between sort of those two, Caicedo, Lavia, and Ryan Gravenberch, it was like a beautiful sort of storyline where it's like that's what Liverpool could have had, but yet still, what we do actually have is he's pretty damn good himself. So I feel like we're all winners in that sense. You know what I mean? Obviously, it would have been nice if we could have maybe got another one of them, but I think we're all happy. We're all happy how that ended.
I think like I said before, I think Lavia and Caicedo were extremely hard done by to be on the losing side of that game because Chelsea's defense let them down, Chelsea's attack let them down. I think in terms of midfield, what you want is like a midfield that can receive the ball from the centre backs. Lavia is outstanding at turning and getting out of pressure, and then Caicedo played Jackson in twice with two like defense splitting through balls. One of them led to the goal, in between Van Dijk, and then he just slides it through. Oscar. I think it was a perfect midfield display from those two while they were on. Like I was very impressed.
Oscar, get a new goalkeeper.
Yeah, man.
Yes, please.
Get a new goalkeeper immediately, bro.
Look,
Oscar's been wanting a new goalkeeper.
I've never. You're preaching to the converted. Like I've never liked Robert Sanchez. The guy's a bum.
Since Czech, mate, for you not to have a number one since then.
Probably say Luke Courtois, really.
Yeah, pretty sure.
Yeah.
Courtois. Okay, I'm going. Let me not be. Yeah.
Maybe Mendy as well. To be fair,
Mendy had a run. Yeah, Mendy was hot for
yeah. He had a stint.
How long was Czech's run though?
Listen, Czech's run as long as Siemens was at Arsenal. Yeah. It was a stint proper.
Yeah, no. There's no denying Chelsea are leaving points on the table the longer we delay being serious with our goalkeeper signing as we are serious with signing other positions on the pitch. We signed a couple of goalkeepers this summer. All of them, were shipped out on loan. We got one of them that's a backup behind Sanchez. I thought he was going to be the starter, this kid Jorgensen. But Sanchez plays, and I don't really know why we signed him in the first place. He's not great with his feet. He's not like the only thing I can say he's actually good at is commanding crosses. Like when a cross comes in the air, he will grab the ball out of the air. But in terms of shot stopping, he's horrible with his feet, as we saw in the game, and he got very fortunate with the penalty incident. Personally, I didn't think it was a penalty. You guys can tell me your opinion, but
you've seen him given, yeah.
I still think a goalkeeper that commands his box a little bit better doesn't allow that situation to happen, and more importantly, does not allow Curtis Jones' second goal to happen, because that's an absolute joke. Like, don't get me wrong, the pass from Salah is phenomenal. The way that Curtis Jones is able to evade the Chelsea defenders,
he was getting my screen locked. Howdy. That's what was happening.
My point was the way that Curtis Jones was able to evade the Chelsea centre backs. On one hand, I'm like, great, fantastic run, like just to spot the balls coming in, but terrible defending. Nobody picked him up. However, when he gets into the box, he has to shoot first time. How we've allowed him to take a touch and then place his shot, and Sanchez is still not out. Like,
I didn't even celebrate. I said he's got to be offside. Surely, I'm thinking, why has no one tracked him? Why has Sanchez not clattered him? He must be off. That's genuinely what I thought.
Absolute joke, man. Yeah, I was seeing him.
And Oscar, just touching on some of the points that you made. So that's why I think Robert Sanchez in particular, and in fairness, Nicholas Jackson as well. But he's actually proven me wrong. But I looked at Robert Sanchez in your goal, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, this guy is not good. He's, as you said, he's not a great shot stopper. Sometimes he can pull off sublime slaves, but he can also let in really, really weak goals. As you said, this whole idea that he's great with his feet, I literally think is only predicated by the fact that his name is Sanchez. He's Spanish. He must be good, right?
It happened with Kepa as well.
And then I'm like, right, you've got 6 goalkeepers. You signed this guy. So you've got this guy in your net, but then you go and you find João Felix and flipping Jadon Sancho, which surely that should be the issue that you're addressing. But obviously, I just don't rate him at all. Man.
Yeah, it is. That's
I generally feel like you were let down on the defense more than the attack. I think your wingers, the less said, the better. But I'm more looking at your back, because I genuinely think Chelsea was strong. I thought they were actually bringing them the game when they were 1-0 down.
We were strong. We were strong, Robert. And by the way, maybe I'm complaining a bit too much. I don't think it was a bad performance from Chelsea. Where I have to give you, like, you can't have one shot on target. Like, I'm not expecting to talk about the attack. You can't.
I can't look at Nicholas Jackson because I genuinely believe he's having a good season so far. A very good season.
When I say the attack, I cannot speak. I'm not saying a bad word about Jackson from yesterday. I even said last week on the podcast, Jackson has to start because I knew those opportunities would come where Jackson gets 10 through on goal. And they happened twice. One of them he shot, I think it hit the post and went out. The second one he scored. So, as for all of my Jackson criticisms, they were not on display yesterday. What was on display is Palmer not being able to get into the game is an issue. And the fact that because he's got such an aura about him now in terms of how well he's playing, I think Maresca didn't want to take him off when he probably should have come off. And then when those guys got to the final third, Neto, Madueke, Sanchez, they're not doing what they need to do to get the ball into the areas that are going to be shot zones. Do you know what I mean? There was not enough shots. And that's credit to the aura of Van Dijk and Konate, because I don't even think we gave them a lot to defend. We were just scared of them defending, so we didn't pose the threat centrally.
I don't think they played well. That's the worst thing about it. I think you guys just, like you said, didn't take the chance. Really.
The problem is they didn't exploit one of their strengths, which was Madueke and the wingers. You could see they can do something, but mate, they either didn't have enough confidence to go and do it, or it's just the way they're asked to play and everything's possession. You don't see wingers taking on unless they're.
Also, just the fact that you guys, like I see it every week with my team, after going 1-0 up, getting the goal back, just switching off. Like, I don't know why you guys switched off.
You see, that's what I put that down to no one in this squad being over 25 years old. Like, they're all a bunch of children. There's no experienced head in there that's telling us when we go 1-0 up, hey guys, calm down, focus, get serious. Like, there's no Thiago Silva, there's no N'Golo Kante, there's no Jorginho, there's none of that at Chelsea. Like, even our better players, Caicedo, Reece James, these are still young players. They're young in, mentally as well. So it's really sad. But it's football. You get punished at Anfield for those sorts of things. Assad says, I hope some reality has been restored for some Chelsea fans. Our start to this season has been massively overrated. And now we're 3 points above the shocking Man United. Maresca hype. I have to completely disagree with that. And my prime example would be, let's take a look back when the last time we visited Anfield. We got battered 4-1.
Yeah.
We couldn't keep the ball to save our lives. We had no game plan and we got smoked. In this game, we went there with a clear game plan, dominated, and in my opinion, were unlucky to come away with no points. You know what I mean? On the balance of play, we should have got a point, I think. Whereas when you look at the game last time, on the balance of play, we should have lost by 6 goals. So it's clear. I'm not going to sit here and act like I'm comfortable with us playing big 6 games and just competing and not winning. Like I was okay with it first game of the season against City. Now I'm not okay. Like, we need to get points on the board. It's a joke. But to say there's not been an improvement under Maresca, it's laughable to me.
It's cap. Yes. No. It's not laughable. It's a lie. It's incorrect. Massively.
No, it's been one of the surprises of the season. I was going to ask you, how did you feel about Reece James' return to the game?
Like, when I saw the lineup, I was like, excellent, because I genuinely thought this lineup was the best lineup we had available to go at them. Shout out to Chelsea for an all black 11, by the way. Just put that out there.
Say that again.
Raw.
Shout out to Chelsea for fielding an all black 11.
Did Enzo not start?
No, Enzo was on the bench.
He didn't.
It was the only okay. Cole Palmer's.
We can count him.
I thought you were going to tell me that his granddad's Nigerian. That's what I was waiting for. I was waiting for Ross Barkley there. I was thinking,
his granddad from Team 6, though.
Cole Palmer's dad is mixed race. Cole Palmer's dad's half black, so he's like a quarter black.
What? No shade.
Huh?
Nah,
guy's paler than Mariah Carey, bro.
No shades on the skin, just aura though. Just aura. You can see it in the way he moves, the way he plays the game.
Man's lighter than Mariah Carey. What's going on?
Yeah, no. But Robin, back to your question. I was very, very excited when I saw the team sheet. However, once we got to the second half, I realized in the game he played Reece James knowing he had to take him off on 60 minutes because he can't play longer now. The exact same thing with Romeo Lavia. Does it make sense to start two players that you know you're going to have to sub both of them off? Like, if Lavia is fit, he plays 90 minutes that game. If Reece is fit, he plays 90 minutes that game. Those are our best players. And Reece was doing so well. Reece jumped right back into where he left off. So in the beginning of the game, I was very, very excited for Reece to play. After the game, in hindsight, I was looking back thinking maybe it wasn't the best decision because after that goal where Liverpool go 2-1 up, we make 3 changes and we looked the worst team after the changes. So, yeah.
I mean, we say that. I think obviously it's just a byproduct of unfortunate injury issues with James and Lavia. Obviously, Lavia, I think, probably was the best midfielder, maybe even player on the pitch. Mostly, you'll probably back Reece to, play, give you a high level performance as well. And I suppose Mariska's thinking, look, I'd rather a superb 60 minutes from these guys. Let's actually sort of lay our marker down, and potentially get something for the game, as opposed to a meaty 60, and now we're chasing the game and we bring them on for the final 30 kind of thing. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Any last bits on this game?
Yeah, Assad says their defo has been an improvement, not lying, but we have a fully fit 11. I'm not liking how people are making out Chelsea having a generational start to the season. If anything, we should be better. Look, generational is crazy. I don't know who's saying we've had a generational start to this season. Maybe that's your circles. We've dropped points in games at home that we shouldn't have dropped points to. No, I don't think anybody can gas this up. However, I know for a fact, if Chelsea got a win yesterday, Sky Sports and all these media outlets will be talking about title challenge for Chelsea because we've put on an impressive display this season. We've done well.
Yeah.
The
thing is, there's always a Forest at home defeat somewhere around the corner with Chelsea. That's the only problem, is that there'll be that blip here and there. That's what
or a Bournemouth away.
I know, not challenging for the league, are they?
What was I going to say? My last question is actually to Adrian. Right, you're Hungarian midfielder.
Oh boy.
Right. I've given him a year's grace, as that's what we like to do on the Top 4 podcast. But he's really starting to get on my last nerve. Where are you standing on this midfielder? Because I just don't see it.
First of all, before you answer, go on. Yeah.
I was going to say, Robin, why is he getting on your nerves? Like, what's he doing?
He's frustrating to watch, Oscar. Let's say it right.
Very frustrating
to watch. I concur.
So my stance is, I'm getting, because you touted him as the next big thing, not quoting WWE, but anyways, I need to know where you're standing now.
Very, very good question. Before I answer, what is he on your Did you start on your watch, by the way?
I've actually not put him on the watch. That's the funniest thing.
Really? How come? It's been a year.
It's because when it comes to the watch, there has to become a big deal. I'll be real. I didn't know who he was until you signed for Liverpool, so I wasn't watching him like that. So I can't be like,
you didn't know Szoboszlai before Liverpool.
I didn't know him. I knew him, but I didn't know him like that. I wasn't going to watch him. So for me, like, it's unfair to put on someone.
Peter was all over it.
Yeah. But then when you come with the hype, it's also a hype thing. I would say watches always come with hype. Yeah.
I think for me, my number one gripe with him is that he's got so much talent. It's unreal. He's got loads of talent. He's just too lethargic, man. Every single time, there's moments where you just think, this isn't you're not playing in the park, bro. Like, be clinical, be efficient, be ruthless, killer. And I felt like he was when he was at Salzburg. Obviously, we didn't watch much of him, but like when he played in the Champions League, and maybe he turned it on when the lights were on. But like what he did for, what he seems to have done for Hungary, Leipzig, obviously people talked about him then, but it was really Salzburg is where when you were watching the highlight reels of this guy, thinking, "Jeez, this is a talented kid. What's going on here?" But yeah, he frustrates the hell out of me. I don't know about you, AD.
Yeah, Pete, I don't know if you were here on the podcast, but I've there's two main things. I think identity crisis. I genuinely think, and obviously you mentioned sort of at Salzburg he was the man. For Bulgaria, he is the man. For Liverpool, should I take a touch? Should I pass? Should I shoot? But by the time he sort of had those three thoughts in his head, the chance is gone. Or if he does shoot, it's a tame shot into the goalkeeper. Like to be fair, he had a chance on Sunday, yesterday, let's not forget. And he sort of kicked it straight at Sanchez. Or if he does pass, it's a bit too late, and then it's delayed. And then if he does take a touch, everything's completely gone. The chance to shoot and the chance to assist as well. So I definitely think for him personally, like the decision making is poor, and I think he needs to sort of roll up his sleeves and say, look, I'm Liverpool's number 10. I'm here to influence games. I'm here to win games of football. Second one, I don't like this line of thinking because it's a bit of a cop out. And funnily enough, when I was talking about Arne Slot and I said, what players do I expect to see more from, just sort of based on sort of style of play and how they'll be deployed. Szoboszlai was one of the key players I thought will benefit from it the most, because I thought positionally he's playing number 10, closer to goal, where he can be more decisive. And my reasoning for why I think it sort of waned for him a little bit was fatigue. I thought he was running too much. He still seems to be, he's still running as much as he was last season. It's just instead of covering the right hand side, he's pretty much covering everywhere. And it's very good and it's very vital. But I'm just thinking, is it a thing where when he's getting to sort of crucial points in the fields, he's too tired and it's therefore becomes lazy? I don't know. Maybe that's where that lethargy you're talking about comes from, wherein he's actually overexerting himself. He's actually doing too much to the point where he's lost his ability to do the basics. I still think it's poor. And Dominic, you've been showing off your chair for far too long. It's been snatched. You need to sit on the bench and you need to hold it. But yeah, I don't know. What do you man think in that sort of sense?
Yeah, I wouldn't bench him. Don't get me wrong. I wouldn't bench him. And maybe, as you said, he was doing a bit too much of the other work that he's not really, renowned for. And maybe it took away a little bit. But I always, whenever I've seen Liverpool play live, I've always seen him have something where he could really hurt the opposition and doesn't. And I see it too often. But I'd have him over McAllister, in all honesty. So if you're going to pick your number 10, I'm picking Szoboszlai.
No, because as I say, the work he does is phenomenal. Truly, the ground he covers, the duels that he wins, it's so important and it's so crucial. Like I hear people saying Elliot over him, but Elliot he ain't got it like that. And it's important to what we do. But at the same time, we need that quality, bro. Because otherwise, now you're just a long distance runner, and you're more than that, bro. You're more than that. There's a reason why I use the Steven Gerrard comparison, because I do think you do have it within yourself to influence games and be decisive. You do have it within yourself to score goals. We've seen him score goals, even at Liverpool. We see it at Bulgaria. We've seen it at Salzburg. What's changed? You've got the same ability. You're the same guy. What? Oh, I'm moving mad. Hungry. Apologies. Like, what's changed?
Same colours on the flag. But yeah, no, for real. It'll be something that Arne Slot will have to figure out this season. And I think if he does get him ticking, then Liverpool could really, really mount this title challenge for sure.
Bro, he could be a KDB. Like genuinely, like that's what, when we signed him, that's what I was thinking. He's a decisive guy, long shot taker, make things happen, PMP. Like I thought, wow, what a Rolls Royce of a midfielder we're getting. And I still think he's got that in him, but we need to see performance produce now.
It needs servicing. That's what it needs.
Murad says the shirt weighs too heavy in Merseyside. Speaking of Merseyside, I just want to give my 2 cents on my journey up there. It was the first time going to Anfield. Obviously, I had to get there early. My boy was driving, so he got in the car. Yeah, we hit the M-Way in London. Every car I see to my left, there's a guy in a Liverpool shirt. Liverpool shirt. I said, "What? You all coming out from London just like us?" I couldn't believe it.
Fans,
I got to the service station. First, we got to the service station in Wolverhampton. Liverpool shirt. I'm thinking, raw. None of you man even live there. Like, what the heck is this? And then when we arrive, we park up. I'm looking around and I'm like, like in Liverpool, I'm like, I clock why these men don't want to live here.
Shanty towns, boy.
Oscar, talk about what you saw. Talk about your experience, please, for the listeners.
Yeah, no, I am. Look, I saw it. Look, listen, I understood Thatcher a lot more. I just
holy smokes.
Oh my gosh. That's 2 weeks in a row. Oscar, we do not agree with whatever Oscar has said on this podcast, I do not agree with.
AD, get your mans.
Do you like wow.
Wow. Let's move on, guys. Let's move on.
Anyways,
it's not that bad. They had a mural of John Barnes, which was incredible.
Beautiful.
I saw they had a lot of stuff about the trophies they've won, which is obviously really
why is he the main topic of discussion this weekend? Because he was all over the preview of the Liverpool game yesterday. What's the John Barnes thing? Am I missing something?
I don't know, man.
Anniversary or like is it because the mural went up? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
No? Okay.
I don't
know. Do you know what you are missing, Peter? Is what I'll say this. You're missing a state of energy, a state of activeness, a state of vitality, because that's where we need to go. Let's head down to the Sunshine Coast, shall we?
We'll go down where it was a sour cherry day for Arsenal, losing 2-0 against Bournemouth. David, Arsenal's first defeat of the season, down to 10 men again. That was going to be an intro, the intro of my 10 men again, ole ole. We were singing that for about 20 minutes. Yeah, once again, you're on mute, by the way, David. So yeah, but yeah, let me know. Okay, David, what went wrong?
Can you please explain to me, why your manager decided to play 3 DMs in the midfield?
Hey,
I need an explanation, bro.
A lot of DMs, you know.
I've got an answer. I think genuinely, because he thought it was good enough to beat Bournemouth on a Saturday evening.
Well, did you see the first 25 minutes?
I did. Look, I think genuinely the lineup isn't where you should be angry, because I genuinely think the 11 was good enough to beat Bournemouth. Bournemouth actually weren't all that. Neither were we. We were poor. We were piss poor, right? But Bournemouth weren't showing anything. They weren't really doing anything, really. And I don't think Moreno, who else was it? Partey, Rice. I don't think that's a bad midfield. If anything, and there was some bloody height in there. Guys, watching them against Bournemouth's midfield, it was chalk and cheese in terms of height. There was
who was our number 10?
We didn't have a number 10. We had 2 8s.
Wait, this is Devon Nuggets.
We had 2 8s and a 6. We had 2 8s and a 6. There was no number 10. We thought if we keep the ball, because listen, Areola's team, or Iraola rather, Iraola's team, they're very organized, by the way. They're very, very structured, very Spanish, right? Very frigging structured, which is annoying, because every time we thought we could go and do something, all their players were back in a line, back in a row. And I felt like, look, if we took the ball and we actually, like conviction, go out there and hurt them, right? Then I would be like, you know what? We won't be talking about this 2-3-0 again at Bournemouth.
Brother,
we normally do.
We know what Rice and Partey can do. Yeah? Their thing is to win the ball back and give it to our creative thing. Who were they giving the ball to, blood?
Well, you did have 3 attackers ahead, but who do you think would you have rather seen start? Clearly, it sounds like you didn't want to see Moreno.
If Trossard's not playing there, play the young buck, blood. Play him, man.
Look. Is the game
at what point are you? Nah, and I know this is in hindsight. But bro.
Yeah, I don't even think it's hindsight, because that team sheet.
It is criminal.
Oscar, the team sheet you saw, you didn't think Arsenal were going to lose to Bournemouth. I'm sorry, you didn't think that. You didn't think Arsenal in 2024 were going to lose to that Bournemouth side.
Where 11 to lose, Pete, we know the reason why you lost. It's not because of the team sheet. You ended up at the game with 10 men. But when I looked at the front 3, I said, I didn't see where
nothing wrong with the front three. Nothing wrong with the front three. Sterling was weak. Sterling was our best player in terms of that front three on the day. Trossard had a mare. We didn't expect him to have a mare.
Sorry, Sterling played for like 20 minutes.
That's where David talked about the manager. I will come on to, because I think taking him off for the sending off, I think, and
another question for you.
Sterling was the one that kind of looked a little bit like he's moving the ball, he's getting there. Moreno missed one chance. He was the only one that was kind of getting the ball and going. Trossard was having a bad day at the office. And Havertz, you want to talk about supply? He got nothing all game. Nothing whatsoever.
I have a question, and you can all involve yourself. When did it become a thing where you go down to 10 men and you still expect to win the game? When did I miss this?
When you challenge for the title, that's always been an expectation.
What I would argue, David, is simply this: we keep conceding goals when we go down to 10 men. That's more so my concern.
Yeah. The aim is to not concede. That's the aim of the game once you go to 10.
No. But guys, what's the primary aim? It's to have 11 men on the field, for crying out loud. This is the third time in 8 games where you've gone down to 10 men.
And
why?
I'll be real this time. Yeah, deserved red.
Yeah, I mean, look.
No,
here's my problem. Here's my problem.
You need to figure out who to blame. But it's
they both get 50-50. This idea that one gets more blame than the other.
I agree.
They both get 50-50.
I don't know about that. I'll explain. 80% Trossard. Yeah, go for it.
I'll explain to you. The ball from Trossard was a hospital pass, like the definition of a hospital ball.
That's what it is.
That's what that is, right? What Willie Saliba, a man who we hold in quite high esteem of defending. We know that this name the kid that he even brought down. None of you can say his name properly.
But don't do that.
I was going to say, I just wanted to make sure. But anyway, this is not a match for Saliba, right? This is no match for him. He can deal with the matter, no problem. You can let the guy run. You will go there. Ben White's running with you as well. You will be fine. We will not concede the goal from the halfway line, okay? But the idea that we think we can just leave blame or give him 20% or 30%, no. He took him down. Last man. And you know what's funny, AD? At the time, when he went down, you know what Saliba did? When he got up, he knew he was off.
He was like, you saw the face.
When he saw the yellow card, even the Arsenal end, were like flipping out. Thank God for that. Now, here's where my problem lies.
But the ref bottled it though.
Well, this is the thing. Did he bottle it, or was he just being a man of watching the sport and watching the game, looking at the game in hindsight, in totality? Like, clearly referees don't have preference. What's the word? No, discretion anymore. They don't have referees' discretion anymore. And you might say, let her the law this, let her the law that. Do you know what I saw at Anfield when Jota went down? Because everyone went mental. All the Arsenal fans went crazy about it because similar to Saliba. Similar to Saliba, right? All I will say is the guy at Anfield refereed the game pretty decently because he thought, I'm not going to frigging turn this into a muck, okay? Send him off for a challenge where he's nowhere near goal. Okay, let's not call this a goal scoring opportunity. The term last man, okay, was with the hindsight of, when you're through on goal and you're the last man and you get brought down, that should be a red card because it will be a cynical challenge. It wasn't a cynical challenge. If anything, I look at Tossin's challenge, by the way, which we haven't touched, but we looked at Tossin's challenge and I said, this guy's got his hands and his legs all over this guy. And he's just flattened him. He's brought him down and he's just sat on top of Jota, right? And the referee said, look, yellow, friggin' sort that nonsense out. Don't friggin' do that again. Off we go, right? Now he could have easily sent him off, right? And there wouldn't have been many, many complaints because you would have said, well, do you know what? I don't know whoever the other Chelsea defender was that was near enough to him. And also the ball apparently was going diagonal. It wasn't going straight on goal, so it's not a goal scoring opportunity. Okay. But the idea that they've brought my man to the monitor and they said that you've made a clear and obvious error, I'm not having that. And so therefore VAR is not about clear and obvious errors because it's not. Let's have it right. When Rob Jones gave Saliba the yellow card, it wasn't a clear and obvious error. What he did was he took the game into his hands and said, look, I know this is a stupid challenge, but listen, let's pump the brakes. let's keep the press on, and then we'll crack on from there. Similar thing happened, not similar, but what happened at Molineux, which we'll get to later, where Bernardo Silva is he's in an offside position, but he's not interfering with play, judge here and there. The referee gave the goal, the linesman flagged for offside, rightly so, because the linesman doesn't know what the angle of where Bernardo is compared to the keeper. He just sees him in an offside position. But the referee goes to the monitor, and what does he do? Gives the goal still. Going to the monitor doesn't mean you have to change your mind. But it's so rare that the referee keep and stick to their thing. Where I'd say he bottled it, David, is the fact that he gave the red after review. That's where he shanked it. Yeah, he shanked it, because the reason you gave it, it's not because you didn't think he was the last man. It can't be that. It can't be that, because you were right there. What was new? Are you saying the foul was new? Yeah. Are you saying the foul was a little bit different? Or is it simply because you were told, go look at this on the screen, you might want to have a look at this, that you felt like, oh, maybe I've got the decision wrong then? So he changed his own decision.
So what I think, really, I think the VAR call, in my opinion, was right. Because if you look where the position where the referee is, he may not have seen everyone. So that's what, when I saw it, I thought this is a red card because he's last man. And when you look at the VAR angle, they show everyone. They don't just show the position of where the referee is, who has direct view. So I understand where you're coming from. I don't think VAR bustled it in that sense. I thought the call was right, because if you're saying in the stands, you think, oh my gosh, we were lucky.
So I'm not saying VAR bottled it, but by all means, I'm not saying VAR bottled it at all. What I'm saying is the referee, nothing new. There was nothing new to him when he went to that screen.
Okay,
nothing was new. So therefore,
okay. I thought that angle was different.
I think he knows full well. Saliba has brought down an attacker through on goal, right? 45 yards from goal, and I think the fact that it was 45 yards from goal, he gives the yellow card. He knows it's a foul. There's no question about it. He knows it's a foul. He gives him a yellow. He does not give him a red because he thinks, oh, I didn't know he was last man. Absolutely not. Because nobody was there. You know what I'm saying? The argument that was made that, maybe Ben White could have got there, this, that, and the other. The main thing that Arsenal fans are saying, Saliba would have beat this guy. If he lets the ball bounce, Saliba beats this guy. So why make the challenge? Why commit? So yeah, Oscar.
I'd say you'd even rather be 1-0 down than one man down in that game.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, yeah, if you had to choose, if you say Saliba lets him run and they go score, you'd be like, okay, cool. Arsenal can still come back from 1-0 down.
I know what you're saying. Yeah, I know what you're saying. But here's the thing, Oscar, yeah? Why is it we wet the bed every time we're down to 10 men, though? Why is it that when we go down to 10 men, whether it's Brighton, whether it's Man City, whether it's Bournemouth, we concede in all kinds of manner or shape and forms?
I don't really understand. I don't really get what you wanted, because when I looked at like this team, other than the height of what you mentioned, like it's a tough game. It's a tough game with 10 men. There's no guarantee that you're going to go there and win just because you are Arsenal. And the facts are the facts. Your better attackers, Odegaard, Saka, did not feature yesterday or Saturday rather.
So, don't get me wrong. We were much weaker. We were much weaker in terms of no Timber, no Odegaard, no Saka. Totally understand that.
Where is he?
We'll get there. But Oscar, here's the thing: we being down to 10 men is not new for us. Okay, we've got the most red cards in like the last 5 years or whatever it is. We're clear by other clubs. How many of those games did we actually lose the game? We didn't lose the game. I'm talking about right now. The pattern is this: when we went down to 10 men against Brighton, within 5 minutes we conceded a goal because we couldn't even. Do you remember? I was talking about like we lost our bearings. Nobody knew where to stand. Nobody knew what we were doing.
That wasn't the case yesterday.
But Oscar, we were through on goal yesterday. We should have won the game. When Martinelli was through 1-on-1, it should be 1-0 Arsenal. Then you can set up that shop like what you did at Man City. You park that bus. Man City we were unlucky to concede in the last minute of the game, but the game is the game. The game goes on until the final whistle blows. So you play to the whistle at the end of the day, right? And take it from me, that's at the Etihad against Man City, right? The Brighton one really froze me because afterwards we didn't play to win. We played to keep that draw. Raya was sitting down on the ball. This, that, and the other. 10 men doesn't mean we're not blue badge holders, guys. We are just 10 men against 11. Fine. We can move the ball. We're still better than the side. Do you know, newsflash, we are still better than Brighton and better than Bournemouth with 10 men. we're still the better side. The quality is far superior, Oscar. We're talking about a Bournemouth side who haven't beaten anyone in the top 10 since last December. Okay, so we're not talking about a team that was like, because everyone's like, Bournemouth, Premier League games, this, that, and the other. No, guys, no. I've seen teams, especially, I'm not comparing Arsenal of top 4 Arsenal. If you're going to compare yourselves to the Man United who used to win titles, the Chelsea that won titles, the Arsenal that won titles, we used to go down to 10 men regularly under Wenger, and leave 4-0 at Leeds, 2-0 at Borough. You know what I'm saying? We would lead with 3 points because at the end of the day, the one less man, okay, cool. So we took off Sterling and we threw a defender in. Yeah? We did not create a damn thing.
You didn't. But you look at the players that were left there to create.
But look at the goals we conceded.
I'll be fair. I'll be real. Let's look at the first goal.
We could have easily look the first goal.
Even then, yeah, Bournemouth were moving mad because my man kept crossing the ball in the box. I'm like, yo, what are you trying to do, bro? Do you know that?
Because Bournemouth, look at Bournemouth's height. They had nowhere to get through, right?
Yeah. So why are you crossing the ball?
Hit and hope. It was hit and hope football. And the thing is as well. There was a moment in the game though.
What a hit it was!
Adoni made a triple substitution. There was a moment in the game where he makes 3 changes. I thought, well, that's bold, that's brave. He makes a triple sub. I don't know what the formation was. I didn't really pay attention to their setup. But as soon as that corner kick was routine of the highest level. Okay, it was the root, and we were right behind it. So watching it happen, it was like, can somebody close someone down? Why are we not awake to that? Then obviously we spoke about Trossard's hospital pass. What was Kivior's then? Because I don't know what Kivior's was in the second half. Okay, David Raya was awful, by the way, on Saturday. Had an absolutely terrible game on Saturday. So individually, here's the thing: on the day where we have no Odegaard, no Saka, no Timber, we then go down to 10 men. Your goalkeeper's awful, your left winger's awful, and your centre half who was brought on got pulled off on a Mourinho thing. The guy Kivior got subbed, and he was the sub that came on for Sterling. So there was a lot. It was a calamitous performance at the end of the day, right?
Nearly went down to 9 men, if I'll be honest.
And I was saying to the people I was with, I said, I hope it's a free kick outside the box and we get sent off because I can't have a penalty. We can't have a penalty now given to them after they've just taken the lead. I would take 9 men and we go again and try and attack them. The funny thing is, guys, Martinelli misses at 0-0 when we were 10 men.
He's a tool, bro. He's a tool.
At the end of the day, you have to put it away. So, that was a bad day at the office. But the concern for me is, why do we wet the bed whenever we go down to 10 men? This idea that we've got this discipline, like a discipline issue, I'm not trying to hear it. Have you seen our sendings off this season? I'm not even trying to hear it at all, not one bit. But
I can't lie. I think he said 2 out of 3 are bang on, mate.
Say again, 2 out of 3 are bang on what? As in they should be red cards?
Yeah.
No chance. The only red card was Saliba.
The only one I say is this one. This one was the only one I was saying.
Not Trossard, considering what you saw the week before.
Did you see how many times in the Wolves game and in the Liverpool game you guys kicked the ball away? Not a word was said.
Yeah. I hear it.
Liverpool did it a couple of times.
I think you got to understand the climate that you're in as well, though. You got to understand the climate.
The thing is what? I wish we could understand the climate, Adrian, because I don't know what the climate is. Because, like I just said, what happened at Anfield and what happened at Molineux, same day. Yeah,
I think someone got booked for. I think in the Wolves game,
they didn't get booked for clearing the ball away. There was one guy who got booked because he couldn't believe it was a foul. It was a scandalous decision as well. I think it was Gomez. Gomez wanted to rip the guy's head off, and his players were telling him to calm down. It was like there was
a couple of times, and like sort of just take it back to the Liverpool game where players kicked the ball away, and there was no yellow card given. And when you're in an away end, you're screaming and shouting for everything. You know how the game goes. You want everything. Bro, there was times where Liverpool players did a little tap of the ball just to kick it away. Chelsea fans weren't even complaining at them. So we just know in a high intensity game, these are things that teams do to move on. So the fact that Arsenal got 2 red cards from those little taps of a football.
No, guys, you've got to, Trossard booted it, but in a phase of play.
I have to be rational and go here. Arsenal have been hard done by it.
We've been done. We've been done over. Oscar, in the same, the Brighton one, what's funny is that in the same game, my man's hoofed it. Do you know what I mean? Like, João Pedro is hoofed
down
it.
the line. He's kicked it down the line.
He's getting assured. You know what I mean?
If you go back and rewatch Declan Rice's one,
it's a farcical scandal. It's
that's a horrific call.
It's a scandal. But what's sad is, guys, here's the sad thing about this game that we love and watch, right? Is that nobody thinks Arsenal was hard done by. The referees, they all think that was the correct decision. In fact, Rice was stupid. They even go to those kind of levels.
I don't know about that.
That's what that's what the referee people are talking about.
Or the Pijamo.
The Pogmo. Yeah.
Oh, so you're saying when they review it, they don't think you were hard done by.
Nobody, not one mistake has been made for all three decisions in the Arsenal with Arsenal.
How have Palace not scored?
So that's the thing there. So at the end of the day, listen, we had it was a shocking day at the office. I never thought, even at 10 men at 0-0, I never thought we were going to lose this game. I never thought we would. You know what I mean? But as soon as Martinelli missed, and that's the problem with football, if you don't take your chances, you will get punished. And that routine free kick, a corner kick, do you think Arsenal set pieces? Do you think Arsenal would ever let that happen again? Absolutely not. The penalty, stupid situations. So what's funny is we lost the game because of us. You know what I mean? Well worked goal by Bournemouth, by the way. The first one, well worked. Yeah, fair play to them. They set up a thing and top bins. Top bins. But if somebody asks me who's more to blame, the manager or the players? The freaking players, man. Come on.
Oh, Peter, can I be honest with you?
Talk to me.
I think we're gonna have to go our separate ways on this one. I'm so sorry. That midfield that he's like, look. Humor me this, right? Martin Odegaard is your main creative outlet. He's your hub. Everything goes through him, right?
Yeah.
He may or may not play every single game. Okay, if he doesn't play every single game, you've gotten rid of ESR, you've gotten rid of Fabio Vieira. You probably say those are the sort of next best things, right?
Sure, yeah, sure. They would be.
You're now left with a 17-year-old Ethan Ranieri, and my thing is this, all right, if you rate the kid that highly and you think he's that good, play him. Because I'm not having he's too young to play away at Bournemouth at 0-0, but it's perfectly fine to throw him on at 2-0 with 10 minutes left when you're chasing the game. Like, which one is it? And I think you just have to hold your hands up and say that's a faux pas, right?
I will. I'm on your side with that one. Because I don't think he trusts Ranieri, right? Purely because he's 17 years of age, right? Fine. Okay, fine.
So I might get rid of the other two then.
So listen, well, the summer window, a lot of Arsenal fans are very much aggrieved with. A lot of them are. A lot of them were not happy at the fact that Vieira and Smith Rowe went. Yeah.
How do you feel about it?
Vieira got sold.
Vieira, as in on loan, he went back on loan though, which kind of makes it worse.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean? We've let them go on loan. We didn't even get money for it.
I think that's worse because you would have at least enough faith to start him in this game.
To answer your question, Adrian, though, how do I feel about it? Listen, the midfield three of Moreno, Partey, and Rice beats Bournemouth. I'm sorry. We didn't lose the game. We didn't lose the game because of the starting 11.
This is debut, right?
As in, I think he played PSG. He played. I think he came on against Southampton. I think it might be his first full like debut.
Nah, that's a stink. I'm sorry.
So quick question: what's going on with Timber? I haven't been following him, so I don't know.
I don't know, guys. I don't know. And I was sitting there thinking, oh dear God, Ben White. Oh dear God.
I'm
it's a Malatia thing?
I can't lie.
Is it a Malatia thing?
We have to wait and see. You have to watch the space. The truth is, though, people like Tommy Asu, right? Tommy Asu is meant to be around. Where is he gone, right? People like that, right? And Timber obviously was brought back and I think was kind of rushed into the amount of minutes he got. He got a lot of minutes already this season. And it's now starting to affect. And I wonder if he's got a setback because we've had to rush him back quite quick. At the end of the day, look, we flopped the base, and Wolves nearly did us a favor, and Chelsea nearly did too. But we got to dust ourselves off and crack on with it.
Guys,
but what will annoy me even more? Sorry, David. What will annoy me even more is because we know this is going to happen, and AD knows it's going to happen. But I know AD obviously he supports his team. He will back his team. Liverpool are going to get touched on Sunday, and that's the annoying thing about it. They're going to get beat on Sunday. Let's have it right. We're beating them at the Emirates on Sunday.
Oh
my God! This isn't new. This isn't breaking news.
Whoa! Who's playing that centre back? Who's playing that centre back?
I want to know your team. Is what I'm hearing.
Who's playing that centre back?
It's a strong team. It's not.
Yeah, I mean, what? I'll go with. So who we got? Calafiori and Gabriel.
Okay, left back and right back, please.
My right back will be Thomas Partey. No, I'm joking. My right back will be Ben White, and then my left back.
Do not say Zinchenko because I'll slap you.
It'll be Zinchenko.
Oh my God!
It'll be Zinchenko.
So is that Kyrgios's last time playing for Arsenal in an important game?
I mean, if the manager didn't embarrass him already, he did this to him at Fulham away last year. He took him off at half-time, and then in this game, Oscar, he brought him on for Sterling and took him off.
Yeah, but I don't think that.
Back,
you can't take him off.
Yeah, taking him off after he's made that mistake.
You can't. No, but you can't take him off. First of all, you can't take him off when you brought him on.
Yeah, that's when you know you've had a stinker.
That's disrespectful.
I don't know. I think that whole thing of like, the embarrassment of being taken off and taken back on changed when they introduced 5 subs to me. I think if it's the dying embers of the game and you've just got to chase the game, then yeah, take off.
No, you're taking the mix.
No, that's different though. That's different to a hooking because you've been poor. You've been pissed poor.
But it wasn't a hooking because he was poor. He was taken off because Arsenal had to chase the game and get Jesus on.
Yeah, I agree with Oscar there.
Game.
I agree with Oscar there. No, you were
2-0 down.
My issue is
you now need all the goals that you can get. And what you're going to take of Gabriel? No, you're not.
Fair play to Mikel on that. He threw the kitchen sink at it. He threw the kitchen sink at it.
He threw nothing.
Back in the day, when you had 3 subs, if you put someone on and took them off, that's outrageous. But now there's 5 subs, deeper benches. It's the game is more tactical.
Stop it. I'm not hearing this baloney, bruv.
David, Trossard and Saliba cost us the game. Full stop.
When I need someone to explain when this come we go down to 10 men and you still expect 3 points, blood.
Because you're playing Bournemouth. Because you're playing Bournemouth. You're playing Bournemouth.
It's not Man City where everyone expected Arsenal to go and beat Man City after being 10 men down. It's Bournemouth, bro. This team. Come on.
And also, tell me in recent times when we've been down to 10 men, we've won the game. Please tell me, enlighten me. I can't remember it.
It's been a hot minute.
You should have beat Brighton and you should have won this game.
It's been a hot minute, but what I will say is we were 1-0 up against Brighton. As soon as we got the sending off, we conceded straight away. We were 2-1 up against Man City. We left with a draw, and we were 0-0 against Bournemouth. Why do we keep conceding goals when we're down to 10 men? That's more my conversation.
Mirad said, this happened when City started doing this. I've seen Chelsea win a game with John Terry in goal for the last 10 minutes. Don't talk. When you are a big boy team that's challenging for league titles, the bottom half of the league is 3 points.
Even if you don't do
it's 3 points.
David,
you know my thinking?
Go on.
Look, let's be under no disillusions, right? Arsenal in 2024 have been phenomenal. They've been phenomenal, particularly away from home, where they win after win after win after win. Sometimes they're slapping teams, bro. But Arsenal, it got to the point. It got to the point where Arsenal. Do you know what Arsenal was singing on away days? He put a ball in the Newcastle net. He put a ball in the West Ham net. He put that ball in the West Ham net. Half the effing team did.
So the ball in the Sheffield net. We could be here all day.
Yeah. But my thinking is, remember the point I made about Liverpool, wherein I think we went behind like 13, 14 times in the season. And then you might make a point where you say, yeah, but if you go 1-0 down against Bournemouth, you should still be beating them. It's only Bournemouth. It's only a goal down. But bro, like to be Hercules every single week is taxing and it's draining. And I think similarly, we need to look at the red card situation and say that as much as Arsenal are a better side to Bournemouth, it's draining to do it week. This is 3 out of 8. My mum's saying the greatest, but we didn't win 50%.
But we didn't win one of them. Liverpool could win games with 10 men. City, if City and Liverpool were in our scenario against Bournemouth and against Brighton, they are winning both those games.
Fine. They are. Guess what? If it's Bournemouth, and then if it's Brighton, and then if it's Man City on top of that, There's a higher likelihood that we're going to drop points along the way because it's far too much. It's unsustainable, bro.
AD, I would so agree with you, but the fundamental part you're missing is you're saying we would drop points along the way, dude. We didn't win any of them from winning positions. So it's not like I'm saying. Well done to hold on to the 1-0 win against Brighton. Well done for holding against the 2-1 win against City. Or you know what, Bournemouth. It was the straw that broke the camel's back. No, in every single one of these games, we were conceding goals. We were winning 2 of the 3 games in which we drew, and in one of them we were drawing. Guess what? It meant we lost.
Yeah.
So for me, and also look at the way we played. You know, like Man City is the one where you can say back against the walls. We did everything we could. The Brighton game, guys, we wet the bed. Bournemouth, we wet the bed. And I'm talking about self-infliction here. I'm not talking about Bournemouth were unbelievable. You know, Brighton were unplayable. City were ruthless against us. They were pamming goal.
I guess Martinelli's miss is an example of that. I don't, whether it's tendonitis, whether he's done his ACL. Fact is, you missed. You missed.
You missed. But Kepa gave him the ball, didn't they? Kepa gave us the ball.
Yeah.
Gave us the ball.
I hear you in that sense. I mean, I still think, listen, something needs to be done with regards to the record. But I do hear your point, though.
If you want, and also, guys, this is the context of if you want to be champion. This isn't the context of being in the Premier League or being in the top 4. We're talking about beating Manchester City.
Well,
do you know what's scary? If Liverpool beat Arsenal on Sunday, they are 7 points clear of Arsenal.
And that's crazy.
And the thing is as well, and what's frustrating me more is Arsenal's attitude for the Liverpool game on Sunday will be phenomenal, and it will make me think about Bournemouth. I'll be thinking about Bournemouth.
Because guess what, Peter? Arsenal are phenomenal. Amazing side. Amazing sides.
They are. Until we go to 10 men, it shows. When we go to 10 men, we are not Arsenal, guys. We are not Arsenal.
If we might do it on Saturday, then or Sunday,
it's a lowercase A with Arsenal when they go to 10 men.
When I want to ask Adrian a question, because when Arsenal went down to 10 men, did Havertz like win all the duels? Did he have a man of the match without completing a pass?
He was ineffective. He was ineffective. He was. No, he was. But that's my part about lack of creativity. Because I'm so sorry, I felt like he was an island of one, where he literally got no service. He wasn't involved in the game at all. And that's why I mentioned how Odegaard thing, and that's why I mentioned the Ranieri thing, and that's why I say, well, if you don't think Ranieri is the option, then maybe go for ES. Then why did ESR? He's going to be a replacement. But it looks like something exciting has happened. So let's go there.
Let's go to the City ground. What's happening?
There's been a goal at the City ground.
Has full my desire is always to be at City.
Has he got the number 9 on?
It's number 7. I think he's got the 11 on his back.
11, number 11.
Chris Wood, mate.
Can I narrate it?
Go on.
A long ball has been over the top. It's headed back from Chalobah into the
Henderson had a stinker.
Volley. Wait. Volley from just outside the box, low and hard into the hand of Dean Henderson. He's pushed it in. I think the power of the shot from Chris Wood.
Hey, Oscar, stop it. Is
monumental.
Stop it.
But he's got to save it, guys. He's got to save it.
He's had a stinker.
Listen, when the Trent end goes, mate, let me tell you, when the Trent end goes, mate, you can't stop it.
There's nothing like it.
There's nothing like it.
I can't lie, yeah. Obviously, one of my groups just popped up, and then they said Wood always does the job. Come on, man, you can't be saying that. Paul, get off, man. Get off. Get out of there. I need to remove myself from that group, man. It's getting crazy in there.
Anything else from this game before I go to Old Trafford?
Yeah, shout out Endo. You keep saying Eze almost scored a banger, bro. Eze was taking shots, bro. He hit the bar, the keeper saved it, bro. He's just been licking shots from far.
He's been lucky. They took away a free kick from him early in the season as well.
On Arsenal, I just want to say I forgot what it felt like to watch you guys lose. I hope to see more of it this season. Keep it coming.
Listen, mate, that's what you better drink what happened on Saturday. Drink it in. That's what you're gonna get this year.
I'm pretty sure you're coming to Stamford Bridge soon, so don't worry. That defeat will be that defeat's coming back.
But Pete, on that note, on that note, ain't that like another Fulham? Ain't that like another West Ham? Where ain't that another Newcastle? Where come May, you're gonna be 1 or 2 points off, and you're gonna be shaking. You're gonna be shaking up the table, and you're gonna be shaking that fixture list, and you're gonna be wondering where could I pick up an extra 1 or 3 points.
I wouldn't say so unless we lose on Sunday.
Nah,
because
these points count, man.
Because that happened. No, because it happened in like when you talked about Fulham, you talked about West Ham, this, that, and the other. We went through spells of like 2 weeks of hell on earth, and then we would go 16 weeks, nothing to be said, nothing to see it.
Yeah, but Pete,
so it depends.
Pete,
it depends.
At home to Brighton. All right, I allow the City one because obviously City, so fine. But them two, Brighton. This one, who else did we drop points against? Is that it?
That was it. But the thing is, bro, we went to Spurs, we went to Villa, and we went to City. We collected 7 points. Do me a favor.
We don't need no more drop points, bro.
I hear that.
That's true. That's
stop going down to 10 men.
Yeah, that's what going down to 10 men, bro.
I think we're going to go on a massive winning streak. Don't worry about that. If I look at our fixtures that are coming up, as you said, you mentioned there. Somebody said Chelsea. Do me a favor.
Wait, you're going on a massive finish. You got Liverpool.
Liverpool at home will win. Newcastle away will win. Chelsea away will win. Forest at home will win. West Ham away will win. United will win that. Fulham away. We want some.
Hold on. Is Odegaard due back or something?
I don't know what's happened to him. I don't know.
You're saying all this without Odegaard. You just think.
Yeah. We're better than that.
What about Saka? When's he back?
He could be back on Sunday. Big game tomorrow though. Shakhtar Donetsk in the Champions League.
I'm standing up and telling you right now.
Wait.
There's no way on God's green earth you beat Liverpool without Saka and Odegaard.
Okay, watch us.
Where you
say about this?
Shakhtar tomorrow's at the Emirates. So.
Oh, okay.
We're staying home. We're in London for the next couple of games.
Adrian, he's still set up.
You know what?
We don't know who's supporting that anyway.
You know, no. You have to be objective. Obviously, if it's at our perch, you know, I fancy us against anyone. But
if we're at Anfield, bloody hell, that's a different conversation.
The Emirates is full hot, particularly like the way they start. Like it's not easy. I think what's going on in my favour, what's making me maybe slightly more bullish is the fact that they do have some big hitters out. So this is probably a great time to play them. And I know Trent is sort of much improved defensively. Martinelli doesn't necessarily look at his best. So this is probably the best time for us to play them. But Arsenal a good side, man.
And the way I'll look at it is that Alisson's out and Jota's now out. I'll look at it like that. You know them way there. So let's rock and roll, man.
Yeah, but they're not the same. They're not the same at all.
It'll be blockbuster. I mean, they're as efficient. They're as efficient as our ones.
Peter, can I be honest with you? Can I be honest with you there?
Yeah.
Our strength and depth, you man can't chat to us in terms of strength and depth, bro. I'm gonna be real.
Yeah.
Who's Jota coming? So it'll be. I assume it'll be Darwin, yeah.
Oh, when are
And then it will be, but Kelleher. Kelleher's okay, but I'd fancy us against him. The thing is, you know, for real, we score goals. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we do score goals. So Van Dijk, I mean, I'll tell you what, Kai Havertz has got a very busy day on Sunday. He's got a very busy day. 2 massive defenders, mountains.
Peter, be careful. You might get got because Kelleher is probably the best, backup keeper in the league. Big up Darwin, by the way. Phenomenal performance off the bat. He's going to cause you guys some hustle and some boil. Be careful, bro. Got Gakpo, Diaz. Which one do we fancy on the day? We got options, man.
You guys are lethal. Don't get me wrong, but I'll tell you right now. Don't be fooled by the application on Saturday that we did against Bournemouth.
Of course not.
If anything, at the Emirates, when it's a big game, when it's Man City, when it's Liverpool, when it's Chelsea, when it's Spurs, it is Arsenal's day. You know them ones. For whatever reason, there's not even a team talk to be had. Just get us out there. We are raring to go. Yeah.
That Arsenal side that we saw on Saturday was a mirage. It was a false image. If anyone in their right mind thinks that's the Arsenal that's going to turn up on Sunday, you're in for a rude awakening. We know the test, but we got on us.
No one's saying they won't. But listen, Saka and Odegaard, if them two are both out, that's
Yeah,
I think Saka will play.
I don't see Liverpool losing the game.
I think Saka will play, and I think tomorrow's a good test to find out what our partnership should be tomorrow, because you could even probably stick White at centre half with Gabriel.
Saliba.
Yeah, there's no Saliba.
Yeah, no.
No, I'm sorry, guys. No, if
Saka to play.
make or break, guys, Saka is make or break. If Saka starts that game, I believe you can win. I don't see you winning without Saka. I'll be real.
Fair enough.
But you know what? Sterling's always got a point to prove, so he's gonna go up a decibel or two again. Fairs.
No, you can brush away Sterling all he wants. He was good. He was good for us against Bournemouth. Probably the only player that was actually half decent.
Maybe.
Anyway, let's move on. Let's move things on to Old Trafford, shall we? Where Manchester United got a win. Yeah, United. Man United winning 2-1. Yeah, I mean beating Brentford at home. Mr. Rasmus Højlund, is it his first goal of the season? Have I got that right?
He's scored.
He has scored, okay. I thought it was his first goal of the season.
I have a feeling, he scored in Europa League. Porter.
Premier League. I'm talking about Premier League. The real thing.
He's here.
Not when you play Sheriff.
First goal of the season.
It's his first league goal of the season. He got underway.
League goal.
Anyways, this game, there's nothing much to write home about it, bar the farce of the refereeing. The referee couldn't decide if he wants to keep the lit on or off the damn pitch.
Why do you say that?
1 minute. So obviously he goes in for the tackle. That should have been a red card because the guy just did a bro kick to his head. And then fair enough, he took it, and then you can just see the blood just pouring from his head. Takes him off. United go bandage him. And then the referee has a look and say, yeah, come back on. Brings it back on, and he's still bleeding. So you can also blame the United team for not patching up properly. But when it was just like
leave Gary alone.
When it was anyways, when it comes to the corner, 1 minute to go, he's like, right, the lit go off the pitch again. I'm like, you can't wait a minute.
The fact that they let him go back out though was a bit scat. No bandage, nothing. That was ridiculous.
Even like Kane put a war bandage, you know what I mean?
You know them ones. You look like Kane. It's like, for goodness sake, guys, sort this out.
Anywho, because of that, we had no height in midfield, and then they go 1-0 up, and it was another annoying thing of what's
calamitous defending with the corner.
It's just awful. Set piece defending is not our forte because we don't have tall players in general. We do have tall defenders-ish. You got Maguire, you got the Licks and co. But when they're not on the pitch, the size difference, and especially against Brentford, they are fairly tall people. Is not the one. But my annoyance was that Garnacho had 2 chances in that game in the first half that he could have put away. Same with Rashford, and it looked like it was going to be another game of just not taking your chances. Luckily, in the second half, we actually played like a team and we actually switched on. Fantastic ball from Marcus Rashford to hit Garnacho with a lovely volley.
Superb
finish. And then Rasmus Højlund was even a better finish. Bruno, fantastic assist. And then the chip over the keeper. I said, okay, you've got this in your locker. That was literally it. I said, I did not know you could do that.
Are we calling that a chip? I'm calling it a dink. I'm calling it a dink.
A dink.
It's a dink. It's not a chip. It's a dink.
Chip, dink, skiddly wink, whatever you want to call it. It's in the back of the net. It's in the back of the net. And then Brentford really didn't offer anything more. And
they didn't. They didn't. It was a horrible hate watch. I can't lie. I said I thought Man United would win this game quite comfortably. Yeah. Then they went a goal down. I said, let me turn this game on. Let me see. Let me get a little. And then obviously I saw the goal. It was a fantastic goal. The flick from Bruno, everything about it was just sweet. And then United were in the ascendancy from there, and it didn't ever feel like Brentford were going to get back in the game, which was really surprising. Like considering the temperature around United and the way the fans are not really buying into what Ten Hag is serving up, I think there was an opportunity for Brentford to really put pressure on. And it was Evans at centre back, De Ligt half ahead. I don't know why they didn't put more pressure on United to actually force them into errors and maybe put bodies in the box. So yeah, man, good win for United. Showed a bit of resilience, going a goal down, coming back.
My only issue again is that this I love him in terms of what he can do with the ball, but Mr. Xerxes, there was another. You had another clear shot.
Robin,
goal. He did.
You're like the timeline where they're cooking Xerxes for that miss. That's not fair.
It's not fair, but he could do something.
It wasn't like he had the ball in his possession. Like,
mate, we've played 8 games now, and we played how many Europa League games?
He's got to do better, Oscar. Come on,
he's got to do better.
Stop it, guys. First of all, he didn't even get on till like the 80th minute.
Yeah, but
even more so. You're not going to get many chances from the 80th.
He wasn't warm.
That's how you got to make it count, isn't it?
You got to make it count.
He wasn't warm.
My issues with him is like he's doing everything but finishing. And now we're nearly at the 10-game mark. And it's not like he's not had a fair share of games. Rasmus has been out. He's had his chances and all that stuff. And it's like, come on.
I mean, out of 10, how are you rating his first 10 games?
6.
Or the season so far? You're saying 6. Okay.
6. Like, I'm not saying he's doing bad as a player because we've seen him like he can do the play, he can keep the ball with him. It's like he's a tidy player, but you're not finishing, and that's what you were signed for. You're supposed to be a striker. I don't want you to do everyone else's job when that's not your job.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, he's done better than I thought he would, if I'm honest. So I'd say 6.5.
Damn, how bad did you think he was going to do?
Let's be serious, guys. Come on. Man United are looking for a centre forward or some sort of false 9, whatever position he plays, to take them up to the next level. They've been off against Xerxes. Joshua Xerxes. Get the hell out of it, Adrian.
9.5. But yeah, no, there's nothing much to write about this game. After the second half, we felt like, honestly, it was like probably our best pattern of game all season so far. Like controlled, comfortable, and all that stuff. And annoyingly, it's just before we go to Fenerbahce. And I don't know how that game's going to go.
Jose Mourinho's Fenerbahce. Let's get it right, okay? Away as well, aren't you?
Away. We're on our way to Turkey.
I can't wait to watch that.
So, honestly, but the thing is, it's a must-win game because we've only got 1 point so far. No, we've only got 2 points in.
How many games
Europa
you played?
League. 2. Remember, it's been 2 Europa League games. Yeah. Okay. So it's like, okay, we actually need to get some wins here. So, but going to Turkey on a Thursday night against Jose Mourinho is kind of long. So
ever since the draw was made, I'm telling you, he's been mind gaming since then, mate. He's been mind gaming since then.
But so we will see. But I'm more looking at our next game in the Premier League because we've got West Ham. We've got a fairly tidy few games now. And West Ham are there for the taking. So as much as it's been a raucous start to the season, we're only 3 points behind Chelsea. We're only 6 points behind Arsenal. When you take those to counter things, it's like things are still doable. Things are still catchable.
Say that again. You're what behind Arsenal?
6.
That won't last long, mate. You're 12th in the league. Allow me, man.
No, but I'm saying that it's still early in the league, but it feels like it's been forever because of how bad it is. Things are still fixable, is what I'm trying to say. How are we going to fix it? Or if we're going to fix it, it's a different story. And that's just how I feel. So we won. I'm happy that we won. But I'm also like, what does that mean? Is what I'm still asking.
Robert, can I ask you a question though?
Ask away.
Because look, we know the elephant in the room. Obviously, the way to improve United, obviously, you get rid of Ten Hag, right? No brainer. What does improvement look to you tactically like? What players do you expect to see more from? How does the new manager change things.
I'll be real. I expect to see an actual plan, a game plan. Like every week, we're changing the start 11. I've not seen a consistent start 11 since 2022. So,
guys, I'll say this about Man United.
So what system are you dealing with? You're gone.
Man United need to improve off the pitch. I've read some articles and it's Ineos. You lot are criminals, bruv. Off the pitch, yo, you lot are doing a mad thing.
What, the budget cuts?
The budget cutting is quite extreme.
Whatever it is,
the work-life balance looks ridiculous.
I've read
5 days in.
I said no lunch. Nah.
But, no, he did he?
Bro, you know after they won the FA Cup, after they won the FA Cup, the lads wanted to fly back to Manchester. The club turned around.
I'll be real. England ain't that big. You don't need to be flying.
But why do you need to cut that cost? Like, what is actually the purpose of cut? United ain't broke, blood.
No, the players said, fine. You don't want to pay for it, it'll come out our pockets, innit? Fine, you lot do whatever you're going to do. Mate, Ineos, I told you, bro, these lot don't know what they're doing, bro.
Look, I feel like the simple thing is...
I don't know, man. I'm
not
fine.
I'm batting an eyelid, if I'm very honest.
Bro,
guys, when you're going to question some of the performances you're seeing, cuz. All right, cool.
What's happening off the pitch? Yeah, that's on Eric.
If off the pitch is not working, you'll see the results on the pitch. Cause
I don't think that's true. I don't think that concept. I don't think that.
Listen,
Oscar. If it's disarray off the pitch, Oscar, it does affect. It bleeds. Look at all of our clubs. All of our clubs have suffered. If things are shenanigans,
I'm talking from experience.
That was your experience. You guys were so hated the Cronkies, and you still have the Cronkies now. So it's
what have they done?
They're taking a finger out.
They made decisions. They made footballing decisions.
There you go. That is all what off the pitch, blood.
No, football decision. No, when I say off the pitch,
good point. Actually, that's a decent point.
That's on the pitch.
It's on the pitch.
That's not what I'm talking about. That's not what I'm talking about. So you're talking about Ineos making changes to the flipping where they're spending their money, the Sir Alex Ferguson thing, the flights and things like that. Man United's business has been in disarray for years.
What else has been in disarray?
Man United he's saying that Man United ain't dealing off the pitch, ain't dealing with off the pitch, on the pitch stuff. Does that make sense? So what the things that affect on the pitch in terms of aka your sporting director, your frigging head of football, your frigging manager, your scouts. I mean, they got scouts in Bolivia, like 20 of them out there. What are they doing over there? Right? So in terms of what the Cronkies did, they got their finger out and gave Mikel some money. Because all I've heard you lot say as well is, look how much Mikel has spent since he's been in.
But this goes back to the outrage.
Yeah, United have the outrage. Oscar, the thing, United have the wrong manager. That's the first job in the
that's on the pitch.
I was the first one
on the pitch. Oscar, he said that's Oscar was saying.
No, when you say on the pitch, my understanding of on the pitch is like your Ten Hag, the tactics, the formation, the philosophy of football.
I think things that are directly impacting football. So it includes football directors, football people, coaches, staff, scouts, football people.
And where do they get to work? Off the flipping pitch, blood.
They work off the field.
But David, this the thing.
Work on match days.
But the thing is, you're looking at the budget cuts. Sorry, Oscar. I need to interrupt because you're looking at the budget cuts. You're seeing the word budget cuts.
Yeah.
Most of the budget cuts are coming around the ticket salesman. Ticket salesman ain't gonna affect what Ten Hag is doing on the pitch. I'm so sorry. It's not coming from people.
It's not the point that the focus is in the wrong place. Is that not the point, though?
The focus
is on the pitch.
I don't need to know what the ticket man's budget is. I don't give a damn. And nobody at Man United should.
But the thing is, no one United
Guys,
should, but
guys,
it goes back to...
it's
let Oscar talk.
massive business. It is a massive business. So there are people whose job it is to make sure Manchester United get 3 points on a Saturday. And there's people to make sure that the billion-dollar industry is being run in the right way.
They haven't sorted out the 3 points, have they?
The finance team, the finance team is looking at the numbers, and he said, hang on a second, we're paying Sir Alex Ferguson 250 grand a week. Right? He's not worried about whether we're going to play a 4-3-3 or a 4-2-3-1. Guys. They're different things.
He thought it was a typo. Oscar, if you are Ineos, you've walked in the football club. If it's a football club you are dealing with and you're taking ownership of, guess what you should first deal with? The football, not the frigging, not the shenanigans. I don't care how much. I don't care how much.
I'll be real.
I'm Oscar here.
No, Pete. Because let's look at it this way. They attempted to do the football stuff on the pitch in the transfer window, and I say attempted with those words, right? Cool, whatever. We are in between transfer windows. By the way,
look at your squad. Can we take 5?
No, because we can't because this is how we go. This is how we go off topic. Stay on topic.
Yeah, I don't think it's that bad.
Stay with me, Pete. Stay with me.
We're on topic. You said transfers, and I said look at the squad.
Yeah, but now I'm going into the bar.
You said they tried to rectify it. Look at what they brought you this summer.
My point is that the budget cuts has not started until the transfer window closed. That is the main thing. We are in between transfer windows, all that stuff. They are focusing on other things. It doesn't mean they're not focused on the next transfer window and stuff. But like Oscar said, we are paying a pensioner 250 grand. When we have been in the red in the last 10 years, we've been talking about how United had no money, United spending poor. I'm sorry, Sir Alex Ferguson retired over 10 years ago. He is doing the same thing that I would do at Old Trafford, and he's being paid for it, where I'm losing money to go see them. I'm so sorry. That is very stupid.
There are business dealings and there are football deals. A prime example is what's going on at Chelsea right now. Last season on the pitch, we were shocking. But guess what? Off the pitch, we had somebody couldn't even get us a flipping sponsor on the shirt. This season, we're a lot better on the pitch. But off the pitch is still garbage. They still ain't got a sponsor on the shirt. So what I'm saying is they are two separate things. Yeah. Somebody needs to be organizing the business of the business. Yeah. Whereas someone else needs to be organizing on the football pitch. They're two different things.
Tom Heaton's on more money than Kobe Mainoo and Diallo.
Look, Manchester United, whatever's happening, Ineos are doing things. Someone's making moves and has a plan. So let's just give it time and see where this plan goes. Personally, these men do not need to be flying a jet to go back to Manchester from London. They don't. Okay?
Osman fly a jet to Norwich, blood. It really means nothing.
Yeah, don't care about the environment. Of course they do.
No, guys, I am big Man United, and you're telling me man can't catch a flight. I've just won a trophy and I can't catch a flight.
You're telling me Man United staff who work on match days can't get fed at the club.
Oscar, it sounds silly, but we have to remember as well is players are employees at the end of the day, right? And like at any company, certain decisions that management make is going to cause disgruntlement, it's going to cause angst, and it could potentially have a detrimental impact on procedures. I'll give you an example. At Liverpool, on match days at Anfield, last season, you used to sort of travel up to a hotel for a home game. Now, we travel on the game, so players actually sleep in their own beds and little stuff like that. And I think in a similar sort of vein, United players not being able to travel back how they prefer is going to give some of them the hump. It's going to cause some disgruntlement, and ultimately, it might actually have an impact on how they train, their happiness at the club, their contentment at the club, and ultimately performance on a Saturday.
Adrian, if it has an impact, let's hope it has an impact. They need an impact right now. Whatever was working was not working. So like, bro, the clubs make changes all the time. This happens. But somebody has to have an overarching view and say, we're making this change. It might hurt now. It might squeeze and be uncomfortable. it's for the betterment of the club. And I'm sure when Arsenal were going through their changes to make the club better, there were things moving that weren't normal.
Yeah, we actually went to the hotel. So in reverse to AD's point,
yeah,
we're actually going to the hotel.
How to do things. There's no manual book on how to run a football club. These guys that have run businesses before, they're gonna pick their way, and we're gonna see it at the end of the day if it was successful or not in this era of Ineos.
Yeah, we'll see in it.
Right. Anything further on Man United before I move on?
We'll see if that 2 million saved is worth it, isn't it?
What's the score?
It's a loss. It's a loss.
It's a loss.
How this could be criticised.
Anything else on
I honestly
United?
don't understand.
I will come back to this. Don't worry. I held the L this week. Don't worry. I'll come back to this.
There's no L, David. There's no L. It's just a difference of opinion. Like I held corn this week, but don't worry. It will come back.
In terms of he's saying Arsenal. But yeah, okay. Anything else in this game before I move on?
No, nothing much to say on the actual game itself. Like we got 3 points. Let's move to Wolverhampton, shall we?
Love that. Other scores in the Premier League: Wolverhampton Wanderers 1, Manchester City 2 Man City leading.
Gary O'Neill out of here.
Oh, come on, David.
Come on, pack it in, man.
Last season, from that time he bought that 5 at the back against Man City.
You have to. You have
Bro,
to.
Let go.
How much they concede? How many? Get him out, man. Get relegated. I don't give a damn.
If you're Wolves and your team's like Wolves, they nearly got a point. Come on. They nearly got a point.
I don't care, bruv. Get him out.
Bro, did you see some of the football? They cut City open a couple times, man.
No, do you know what? I can't lie, AD. Yeah, I can't lie.
Get out.
If there's one thing I'll question Gary O'Neill's management in this club, he needs a new fitness coach. These men couldn't get past 30 minutes. Now, granted, after the international break, I might have to hold fire on that. And they got a couple of Brazilians in there, a couple of Portuguese.
Yeah, I mean, long distance, long haul.
Man, them were panicking in the first half. I said, no, not against Man City, no. Brand Larson got a cramp. He came off with a hamstring cramp. Nah, come on. Big up Brand Larson, though. Got me some fantasy points. Lovely.
Do you know what that fixture was? 5-1, bro. Get stepping, man. Move, man. Get out of it. Get relegated, bro.
But yeah, Man City leaving it late to get the win there. Controversial, obviously, goal in terms of the Johnny Stones goal right at the death, but and Gary O'Neill basically.
I keep forgetting that John Stones exists. Honestly, I keep forgetting that player exists.
Why? He started for them.
No, I don't know why, but John Stones to me is just a forgettable player.
I think
Listen, Robin. I need to just throw an impromptu question, and I guess we can discuss. John Stones disrespected? ? How many Premier League titles has this guy won? How many caps for England has he won? How good is he actually? Like, does he get the flowers he deserves? Is he overrated? Is he underrated? What do you man think?
Brother,
the answer is no, he doesn't get the flowers.
If he's not a mainstay in the main team, bro, what are you gonna do?
The problem is because Guardiola rotates so much. I think he's criminally underrated.
Yeah, I think so too.
I think he's underrated.
He's nearly got 100 caps for England. I think he's got like 80 caps for England or whatever. Right?
You know when because England obviously haven't managed to win any of those tournaments that they got to the finals of. But if they did, the legacy around John Stones is really crazy. This guy has won every tournament, like every tournament there is to win in the game, apart from international level.
Wait, does he even start for England? Did he start in the Euros?
He's the main piece.
He's been the linchpin.
Him and Maguire. Him and Maguire are the big two.
England don't start without John Stones. What?
Yeah.
It's
Stones plus one.
Christian. I say it was Jay. I say it was Jay and someone else.
Stones is the constant.
I told you. Stones is a forgettable player. That's the thing.
My bad.
He's a forgettable player.
What do you mean?
I'm not disrespecting him. Like when you think about like players in general, like English players, like and all that stuff, when it comes to the Premier League, people generally forget about John Stones, like and what he's done.
It's true.
But that's them. Look at his honours.
Yeah, sick.
Man, don't care.
Nah, it's not sick, man. It's not sick.
It's sick. Look, but I'm not trying to disrespect him, but
he has scored, 6 Premier League titles. He has 6.
John Stones.
He's got 3. He's got 2 FA Cups. He's got a Champions League. He's got a Super Cup, and he's got a Club World Cup.
That's
Criminally underrated. Criminally.
Stop it.
I do think two things that sort of count against him though is I do think in seasons past he has been injury prone. I can't recall the sort of individual seasons, but I know that certain seasons he hasn't maybe not necessarily played an awful lot. And then B, I mean, do you think obviously Pep will like what Pep will do? Right? Pep will have a defender. So let's use Stones as for example. Oh, I love him. He's the best thing in the world. Second season, we'll just cast them away. Like, I don't like you no more. I've got Ruben Diaz. I've got Laporte.
Nathan Ake.
I've got Nathan Ake. I fancy Ake.
Weird.
This one's saying.
And then he'll bring Stones back, and he's like the best defender on the planet for a period. It's like, yeah.
Bang on.
He plays for a nutter, innit, of a coach, bruv. So, mate.
He does. Yeah, that's what would work against him. But guess what? Because of that manager, he's
bro, you have to score. This guy's an idiot, bruv. You're not that guy, bruv. You talk. Right, get out of the league, man.
Who missed the chance there, David?
Bro, 3-on-1 counter attack, bruv.
3-on-1 counter attack.
Who missed
it?
Who?
I don't know, bruv. Nottingham Forest.
Okay.
And the Peter did why that section was so funny because I can see it in Peter's eyes. Like Peter wants some info. He's like, who is it? He's a bated breath.
The TV's the other side. I can't watch it now.
That's another loss for Crystal Palace.
Hey, Glasner, bruv. If you're not careful, mate.
Glasner will be all right. Glasner will be all right.
You're about to get
no, but this is a game you got to get a point in at least.
Forest, no, you know what? Here's the real truth of the matter. Forest are legit, bro. Top 10 finish this season. Forest are legit.
Of course, another great performance from Hudson-Odoi tonight. Sells in goal. Oh my goodness, this keeper. He makes saves after saves after saves.
Is he better than Turner? Is he better than Turner?
Yeah,
Turner's the worst keeper in the league, man. He is bad. No, Peter. Oh my days! But guess what, Peter?
Go on.
Sorry, had the audacity to give us money plus Matt Turner for Kelleher. Awful. He's not star. Turner's bad. Turner's really bad. He's really awful.
Right, let's go. Let's go.
Genuinely no redeeming qualities whatsoever.
Right, let me get through this.
I'm thinking.
So I don't know. That was clearly an American cronky bag. No, say no more. Austin Trusty. Tottenham Hotspur 4, West Ham United 1. Tottenham winning after going a goal down, but then West Ham winning.
West Ham.
That was what you call hate watching, Oscar. That was a horrible hate watch for me.
It was a really good game of football, man.
Lopetegui, bro.
Fulham 1, Aston Villa 3. Massive points for Aston Villa away on the road. Newcastle United 0, Brighton and Hove Albion 1. Shocking result there. Shocking result. Brighton legit. I think they're top 5, no?
Yeah. Danny Welbs, that guy.
You got Mohamed Kudus, bruv. One of us. You know what I'm saying? One of us, mate. Danny Welbeck, of course. I think he got an injury, didn't he? Didn't he get like a nasty injury at the end?
Did he?
Did he? I just don't know.
I saw somewhere on Twitter saying like, get well soon or like something like that. It sounds like he had a horrific injury.
What do you think of Brighton? Are they serious?
They are. They're legit. But that Fabian Herzler, mate, trust me, we're going to be talking about that guy. 31 years of age. Yeah. He's a serious guy. What are they doing in Germany, bro? Because him and Nagelsmann at such young ages, managing football clubs. Bro, Nagelsmann managed Hoffenheim at 29. You know what I'm saying? Anyway. Southampton can't catch a break. Southampton 2, Leicester City 3 after they were 2.
Yeah, you see Southampton?
Get them out, man. Get them out. I don't want to hear them. I have no sympathy for you.
I have zero.
No sympathy.
Ipswich Town 0, Everton 2. Everton. After the first 4 games, Everton won none. Now they've won the last 4, or they've not lost the last 4. But yeah. That wraps up this week's top 4 podcast. And of course, Forest 1-0 winners against Palace. Goal of the week.
I've got 2.
I had one. There was an absolute banger.
Garnacho or Rasmus Højlund. Take your pick.
No, Garnacho's was better in my opinion. Garnacho's was a better one. Harder to score.
You can even throw Curtis Jones's goal as well.
No, you can't.
Hey? No.
There's
I love
a great
Salah's
assist by
penalty,
Mohamed
by the way.
Salah. Yeah.
Salah's
guys,
penalty
guys.
was sumptuous.
Christie, first of all, and Dye's goal.
And Dyer's goal was a rocket launcher.
No T. That's goal of the week. But yeah, Bournemouth set piece routine. Not too shabby.
A1.
Heung-min Son, not too shabby.
No, man, I'm gonna be real. I'm full on defenders union this week, man. I think what Vardy plucked out on his weaker foot.
That's the answer.
Yeah.
I think that's the answer.
That's the answer. Goal of the week, Guardiola.
Yeah.
But then honourable mention,
especially when his team needed it most as well.
Yeah, on the stroke of half time.
They were 1-0 down as well. Yeah.
Also, guys, nice, tasty finish. Michael Keane.
Oh, Everton scored good goals on the weekend.
Slapped it near. It was an excellent finish. I have to.
Niche one, but a great one.
He got me great points in fantasy this week. Yep, I have got Michael Keane in my team.
He got clean sheet as well, didn't he?
Hello. It was the goalkeeper. Jordan Pickford. Okay, goal of the week is what's his first name? Is it Haskell?
Hosko.
Player of the week. Who's your player of the week, guys? Justin Clive.
I really thought
I'm giving it to Kudus, bro.
Oscar, you read my mind.
I'm giving it to Kudus, bro.
Easy. I thought he was top.
I thought Curtis Jones in the middle of the field was.
Guys, I'm being dead serious, bro.
Mohamed Kudus.
He was doing the Lord's work, bro.
Listen, if you slap free Tottenham, man, you're my player of the week. That's for damn sure. And that's real. That's real.
He got sent off. He cost his team the game.
Didn't he score the first goal?
He did.
Scored and 3 slaps. My player of the week, bro. What's the man talking about?
On rampage.
Yeah, man. For me, it's between Kulusevski, Curtis Jones. That's it, really.
I'm giving it Curtis because it's a big game at Anfield,
Jones.
home to Chelsea. Turn up to the occasion. Get the winner.
Yeah. Curtis was immense. Like literally, obviously, got. He also won. He won one penalty, and then he potentially could have won another one that got overturned for VAR. Literally, it was brilliant. Working hard. Very, very hard to press. Also, as well, he had a little girl earlier in the week as well. So big him up, man. What a week.
Big him up indeed.
All right.
Big him up indeed.
Team
of the week?
Bournemouth.
Is it Bournemouth?
It is 100% Bournemouth. Up the cherries.
Do you know what? Yeah. Do you know what? My team of the week is Spurs.
Yes, Oscar.
Yeah, it was a game. It was a game that I watched, so I was very impressed with them. I thought the game could have gone either way, but they were comfortable. Honorable mention for Aston Villa as well, though, because they.
You say that Villa made hard work of their win. Villa made hard work of their win. Fulham were actually decent. I'll tell you what. It's a democracy.
For me, it's the simple fact that you don't expect Bournemouth to beat Arsenal, and they got a clean sheet and to score 2 goals. So
that's a good point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Robinho, you've made a great point there. I think you've made a great point with that. I mean, I will say though that there's not much to argue there. Bournemouth, AFC Bournemouth, the Cherries.
For me, mate.
Team of the week. Who's on that guy, David?
I don't have one for this week, guys. My weekend was ruined. I didn't have the Vim.
Serve that up to Oscar then. Give him a serve at Wimbledon.
No, I've only got one. You guys need to come with the others.
I ain't got none.
None. My weekend was ruined, mate. After I lost, I was just like,
Trossard and Saliba. Do you know what I mean? Trossard, Saliba, and Raya having a friggin' laugh. Because if you've noticed, they're not that guy. The levels have risen. When you're not that guy, you've had a stink. Don't get me wrong. The players had a bad day.
I'm sorry. Get yourself sent off.
people like, you know, we've had Diddy in this conversation, we've had Young Philly in this conversation, we've had Libyan, the Libyan Federation and the CAF, we've had friggin' Philip Schofield, we've had you name it, we've been here.
Hey, madam, did you think we've gone on a slippery slope?
Who's slipping?
What I mean is, because like it's football, man. Like brother, you've named some hard hitters, bro. So what? A misplaced pass that falls to the feet of what? Chris Woods. You can't compare that. You can't compare that to some of the names.
Oh, guys, not that guy was founded off of Danny Welbeck, bro.
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry. Trossard has the ball. He lofts it to nobody. It's not even like it was back to Raya or to Saliba. It's in between both of them. Evan Nilsson's what did Saliba do? He tackles him to the ground. Both of those clowns are not that guy for this week. Saliba misses the game against Liverpool in a title race.
After he conceded a penalty for France on the weekend as well with Prayer, right? He clattered. I don't know who he clattered. I didn't try to understand. I'm just saying. Listen, Trossard coming off and asking why am I coming off? Freaking not that guy for that reason alone. Why are you still on? Is the question I want to ask. Okay, so you get off the field.
And do you know what else is not that guy? Yeah, we're just moving on to a different game. Yeah, because there was a team this weekend that needed 3 points. Yeah, and they get themselves 2 goals in front, and somehow they throw it all away. It was a pathetic second half from the Saints, and I'm sorry, I don't know what his brother Russell Martin said in the dressing room at halftime.
Well, he hung out. Who did he hang out to dry?
I don't know who it was.
I think it's the guy that got sent off. I think it was.
He comes out in the presser and he says, everybody had to do their jobs bar one. One person didn't do their jobs today. One person, and that's one person. I'm sorry. I saw your goalkeeper Aaron Ramsdale flapping at a ball that he should have saved in the 20th minute. Jordan, I'm sorry, guys. Not that guy goes to Russell Martin and Aaron flipping Ramsdale again.
Oscar, you see the Russell Martin thing?
Yeah.
As much as he's rightfully inducted, yeah.
Yeah.
I feel for the guy, man. What more can you do? Well, what more can you do to get a victory? Like our age mates have coached the 2-0. We're comfortable in cruise control. How on God's green earth do we lose that game 3-2? No, Oscar. If I ask you, what more can Russell Martin do? What more to get 3 points in the Premier League? For goodness' sake.
I'm angry.
It's shambolic scenes, Jeff. But yeah, you're right. Is AD right? Southampton are shambolic.
The earliest relegation ever. Nah, I don't know, man.
I don't think they will. But the Kieran Dyer.
Unpopular opinion. Southampton are gonna catch a big scalp this season. I don't know who is gonna. They're gonna beat a team. Southampton are going to beat. Well, provided they stick with Russell Martin, they're gonna catch a team cold. Okay, we'll leave it there. Because it's weird because they play good. They play good football. They do create stuff, but there's just no variety in the game. Like you can't play that way against all teams and all stages. But because even the United game, you know, crucial moment. I missed the 0-0. They were 2-0 up here. I don't know. I think they can catch someone cold. I mean, they took the lead away at the Emirates, right?
They did.
Yeah, I don't know.
Let's see how they get on next week when they play Manchester City. Right, that's this week's Top 4 podcast. Okay? And on that note, the Friday night football. But by the way, there's football on Friday after the European stuff that's been going on. On Friday, Leicester City at home to Nottingham Forest. Great fixture. Derby as well, ish. Villa take on Bournemouth at 3:00. Brentford at home to Ipswich Town. Brighton at home to Wolves. 3:00 kickoff as well as Manchester City, as I said, against Southampton. Southampton are gonna get cooked, fam.
I used my triple captain. I might have to use it.
Although you say that, the thing I didn't mention about Man City, if there's one thing they're not doing, I don't know. Guardiola needs to knock these people in the head. Can they feed Haaland, please? Can you feed Haaland? Because they are not giving him anything. In that Wolves game, it was a diabolical situation. The amount of times I think he went to headbutt Doku was unreal. He wanted to knock him out, and Savinho as well. Anyway, 5:30 kickoff.
Could you?
Yo.
Like, do you think it's a regular thing, or is it just a one-off? Would you say, where they're just not?
I've seen a few games where I feel like he's not been fed. I've seen that a few times. But he still scores 30 goals, so clearly he's getting something. The 5:30 kickoff on your TV screen after having a Friday 8 o'clock kickoff was Leicester Forest is now Everton Fulham 5:30. Oscar, I'm sure you'll be happy with that.
Seriously,
I'm sure you'll be happy with that. But on Sunday they may rectify because at home is Chelsea versus Newcastle United. 2 o'clock kickoffs that are not on TV. Palace at home to Spurs. West Ham at home to Man United. That's a howler. Anyway, and El Saki.
By the way, that's not on your TV. It's on.
Guys! Newsflash! I'm out of the country this week, so it's also not. It will be available on my TV. It's not yours.
I was going to be watching it at night when the games are 2 o'clock kickoff. And finally, 4:30 kickoff, where it's going to be popping, where we'll be popping them things. Arsenal at home to Liverpool, 4:30 kickoff. It should be glorious. That wraps up this week's Top 4 podcast. Make sure you share, like, and subscribe. Big up yourselves that have been watching us today. Smash a like on the damn video, okay? And subscribe to the channel. Have we hit 300 yet?
I need to double check.
Come on.
I'm just checking.
Shambolic skins.
2 more, man.
2 more.
Sub, man.
Give us 2, man. Come on now.
And until next week.
By the way, you owe me commission, bro.
Oh, talk to me,
brother. For the past, I'd say, month.
Wow.
Anytime I hear, I kid you not, Peter. I typed in Peter on poll on like 7 different phones yesterday. On like 7 different phones. When I hear the word F1, I'm plugging them in, bro. I swear to you. I swear to you, bro.
What a man. You'll be with me on the podium, my friend. Don't you worry.
Come on,
don't you worry. Hey, mate. Emotional scenes. But yeah, we will see you next week, next Monday, after a blockbuster weekend of Premier League football. Until then, peace.
People, later.
So I'll get my teachers to subscribe. You lot are hilarious.
My teachers account, you know, these
guys.